physical. It's time to talk some this and more. We gonna talk about it all. DVD, CD, UHD, VHS, books, Blu-ray. Who knows, maybe you'll even see a laser disc today. Let's get physical. We wanna talk some physical media. Movies and TV, music and more. Come check out what we have in store. This is the Media House Stream. It's time for some physical media on FanZcene.
I know it was like really popular because it like won some Oscars and whatever, but
Jimmy does dance.
It's got the Mighty Ducks guy. Got that guy.
No! Yes, but no! He's not the Mighty Ducks guy! It's Emilio Estevez! For the
You can never have enough physical media.
That is true. That is true. Hello, my fellow followers. Welcome back to the Physical Media Show here on FanZcene. We are back this week on my channel tonight. Tom will be joining us later. For those coming in, Tom will be joining us later. But we do have the youngins with us tonight. They're both here. I know a lot of people don't mind seeing Running here, but there are some people that just absolutely hate Rook. So,
Hello, everyone. I'm your favorite host, favorite co-host. Howdy ho.
but how you guys doing tonight?
I'm all right.
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Drinking out of this glass bottle Coke. Instead of getting a whole big old pack or nothing, I got a little 6-pack of glass Coke, and it doesn't have any cocaine.
This is my drink right here.
Water.
You both at the same time pull up what you're
Water.
drinking. That's great. Some water. You got some water?
Helps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Helps.
I got that too. I drink. See, I drink all of my water. So there you go. There you go.
Yeah, but you're drinking Coke. I
I
haven't drank pop in like years.
Yeah, because I drank that water bottle, that means I'm able to drink a thing of Coke as well. It compensates. It balances.
I have a big container of water that I drink. That's right over there.
What was your drink, Runner, that you're drinking? What was that?
Budweiser.
Nice.
I'm surrounded by idiots. Let's start happy with chat. So we have Brian Barth. Hell,
This is
Brian
gonna
Barth.
be a fun. This is gonna be a fun stream,
Yes.
guys.
Yes, Hell, Brian Barth. Glad to have you with us tonight. Glad to see. Yes, the show is back tonight. Thank you for being here. Hell to you style section. So we hope unless someone falls off their bike again in front of Greg's house and shock them the kids. Well, he didn't fall off his bike. He wrecked and. He might be dead. I'm going to be honest with you guys. He might be dead.
What the fuck?
I'm not lying to you.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't heard. He was bad. I'm not going to lie to you guys. He was bad. I haven't heard back yet. Last I heard, he was fine, but he might be dead.
Fuck, man.
When you phrased it as he fell off his bike, that does not thumb up. Like
he didn't fall off his bike.
he severely crashed and barely survived a crash. Like,
I mean, this is why I was not able. Literally, was not able. This was a bad motorcycle crash. So
yeah, when you say fell off the bike, I'm like, oh, he scraped a knee. Aw. Like,
I mean, I really hope the dudede's okay. Because
I hope he is too. I haven't heard back yet.
That's scary as
like,
fuck.
if you're praying, pray for this guy because he's probably close to your guys' age. He's a young guy.
Oh man,
he wasn't wearing a helmet. He was wearing flip flops on a motorcycle, going like 100. No. So,
I remember a specific video when I was growing up in school. They were like, you know what? Doesn't matter if it's a clear road all the way, go 100 miles an hour. You could still get in a crash, so don't do it.
Yes.
What do you know? That can always happen.
There, everybody,
don't know what.
Please be safe out there. What's up, Danny Hooley? Glad to see you as well. Yeah, howdy, Doba Fett. Glad to see you as well in the chat. Doba Fett also said he's got Happy Gilmore and the Hidden Fortress. Awesome. Rise this week in TNT. Yes, I'm excited about the TNT trilogy box set.
Yes, I pre-ordered that.
I think we did. No, I was gonna say did we bring up last week? No, we didn't because we weren't here last week. So we'll bring that up tonight.
Arrow did announce something this morning, though.
We'll get to it. I gotta say hi to the chat. So we're getting ahead of ourselves. Hell to you, Dragonzilla. He says he pre-ordered Twins of Evil 4K from Diabolic. Awesome. Got a cheap price. Yes, guys, check out Diabolic DVD for stuff.
That's where I pre-ordered the TMNT box set.
Yes, great stuff. DiabolicDVD.com, OrbitDVD.com. I highly recommend both of those boutique label stores online and stuff. You get great deals, and it helps support actual physical media places. So yeah, I recommend those as well. And then we have Tim Hayes. Hell to you, Tim Hayes. Glad to see you in the chat with us this evening or morning, whatever time it may be wherever you are. Yes, F Best Buy, as always. What's up, Dalton B? Good evening to you. Hell to you, Vino Bike. Glad to see you as well. Hell to you, Psycho Not Your Daddy. Everything is well. I hope everything is well with you as well, too. I keep saying as well a lot. I don't know why. And then we have Tyrell72, and we have Live Long and Prosper, as always. Notification or thumbnail. What? I have it set. I had the thumbnail and everything. Is it not showing up?
Sometimes YouTube might not load it depending on the Wi-Fi signal, I would think, but I don't know.
YouTube is crazy.
I don't know. Yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah, it was just one dude on a motorcycle, just skidded across. Honestly, that's what he did. He skidded across the ground. He lost control, going way too fast, and it was bad.
It sounds really simple, but like that's how crazy the story can be.
It sounds simple, but when you get flung off your bike and you're not wearing a helmet and you're wearing just like shorts and flip flops and you skid across a hard pavement.
Man, like I rode my bike down a hill one time back earlier in my days when I first started working at Subway after graduation and stuff. Going down I did not have a helmet on. I was on a bicycle though, not a motorbike. But still, I was in narrow. I was going down a narrow
bicycle riding a bike.
I was going down a narrow little path there and had to bail off my bike. Somebody else was filling it up all the way, and I was able to jump off again, no helmet. But I was wearing a backpack with my work clothes in it and stuff, and like did a roll and did not get super injured or like a head injury. But then like I was filled with adrenaline. I walked all the way to work, and then they're like, "Oh my God!" And they look at my legs, and my legs were bleeding. And then I was starting to feel pain. I was like, "Oh, I don't even know what happened." Okay, wow. All right. So that was just a tiny little bicycle. That was a tiny little bicycle thing. So this guy, like, that sounds like he is probably lost skin. Oh my God, like crazy.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you're updated on that stuff, and hopefully hopefully it turns out on the positive side.
We haven't heard anything, but he was alive last I heard. So, but it doesn't. He was in a bad shape. But Hank V, let's not talk about that tonight. Let's move on past that. It's a downer. I know it's a downer, but it did happen. But Hank V, glad to you. Hi, welcome to the chat as well. I don't know. Sometimes it does that, Tyrell. I don't know why. It's YouTube's YouTube. What's up, Anthony Draven? Hail to you. Glad to see you in the chat. And I think we are all caught up.
Hold on. Brian's asking a question quite a few times. Why do you hate The Big Lebowski? I'm going to rewatch it for the first time in like 15 years.
I don't hate The Big Lebowski.
When I first watched it, I hated it. But I haven't seen it. But I haven't seen it in like about 10 years, maybe 10 years. I'm going to rewatch it and then I'll give you my thoughts.
Yeah, you should.
I thought it was like a worthless movie at the time, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll get a rewatch and give an update on my thoughts on that one.
That's like one of the best of the Coen brothers right there.
It is a good movie.
Yeah, my aunt actually brought that was one of the DVDs that she brought over. So now I'll be able to have a physical copy to watch and bring on in the future. So there you go.
Okay. Well,
let's get to
the upcoming physical media releases. As was announced, Arrow is giving us their TMNT box set on 4K. You can get it on 4K, all three movies, or you can get the Blu-ray set on, So, and then sometimes I don't think people quite know this. Sometimes is like when they release a new 4K, they usually also release it with the same 4K scan and just like the Blu-ray. So you can buy just like the Blu-ray. You know what I mean? So like you can buy the box set of the 4Ks that comes with the 4K disc and the Blu-ray disc, or you can buy the box set of the Blu-ray disc. So that's coming from Arrow TMNT box set. They also looks like they are announcing today that we saw earlier that they will probably be doing The Mask. Jim Carrey's The Mask coming to Arrow probably from 4K soon as well. So we got that on the horizon, and no Void King. Nothing happened today. But we also have a few from Kino I saw earlier. We have Dust Devil coming to 4K, starring Robert John Burke and Chelsea Field. It includes both the directors and theatrical cuts of the film. So that's coming to 4K from Kino. A Bridge Too Far is also coming to 4K from Kino from 1977. Death Wish 3 is coming to 4K from Kino. For Whom the Bells Toll, Gary Cooper and Ingrid Bergman is coming to 4K and Blu-ray from Kino. Dan Curtis's Dead of Night is coming to Blu-ray from 1977 on Kino Lorber as well. The X, starring Yancey Butler, Nick Manusco, is coming to Blu-ray from Kino. And 10 to Midnight, starring Charles Bronson, is coming to 4K from Kino. And I think that is King and Country is coming to Blu-ray from Kino. Kino had a bunch here release thing as well. Coming in October, Rampage, which I believe is from, what's his name? The director of The Exorcist, William Friedkin.
Is this still like 2009 or somewhere around there, Rampage?
No. This is William Friedkin's Rampage from 1992.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, well now there's like at least 5 movies called Rampage that I'm aware of. So, okay, gotcha.
I was gonna say it's not the one with the it's not the video game arcade.
No, it's not the Dwayne Johnson one.
No,
I was thinking of this one where this guy just goes on a killing spree, killing people. He goes on a rampage. Like that was like one of the early Netflix movies that I saw when I got Netflix.
Oh God.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but that's just what I remember.
No, not even close to that.
That's crazy.
All right. Coming from Lionsgate Limited is a movie called The Home. I don't think I've ever heard of this one. Directed by James DeMonico. Never heard of it. One of those Lionsgate's limited steelbooks called The Home. Shin Godzilla is coming in his 4K steelbook. It'll be the first time on 4K, I believe, here in the U.S. maybe. And it's available to pre-order now. It comes out in December, I believe, here in the States. And then we have... I'm trying to see what else here. None of this. The Alfred Hitchcock is getting a complete ultimate, well, not complete, but an Alfred Hitchcock, the ultimate collection, 4K. Basically, all those 4Ks that Universal released in Hitchcock box sets, 3 of them, it's all come together now in one big Universal box set. So if you didn't want to buy them all, they're now available. Universal has the habit of doing that. They do that a lot with the Universal monsters as well. So you can buy all these movies separately, I believe, or you can buy the 3 box sets they released already, or you can just wait till October and just buy this whole brand new box set, 4K box set. So there's that. And the Saw is coming. I think I don't think these are coming from Lionsgate Limited, but you can get Saw 1, 2, 3, and 4 in 4K
Amazon exclusives
on Amazon. Yes. They're Amazon exclusive. Saw 1, 2, 3, and 4 set. And then finally, the Criterions. We did get confirmation that on 11/11 we are getting House Party on 4K from Criterion. We're getting Hell's Angels, which is an older movie from Criterion. You're getting I don't even know how to pronounce that. I guess a 4K. Yeah. Criterion and Burden of Dreams. However, I am much like Tom. I was absolutely it was so dumb. This artwork, I'm hitting the wrong button because they've changed all this on me. This artwork for House Party is just abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. It looks like AI art. It's just
yeah, that's not great.
You are horrible. I cannot stand the Criterion. Yeah.
Yeah,
You wanna
that's
say
not. No, that's not great. It looks like it's trying to be a painting. It's trying
Yeah.
to be this Picasso-esque type thing, but it
It
looks all
doesn't sell that
smudged.
movie at all. It looks like bad AI. Really does. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage artwork. Anyways, but yeah, that was it. That's it, I believe, for
Oh
all
no,
that.
you forgot one more from Criterion.
What
Eyes
I
Wide
forget?
Shut.
Oh, Eyes Wide Shut. Yeah, Stanley Kubrick movie,
Yeah.
Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman coming
Which
to
is a
4K.
movie I like.
I've never actually seen it.
That sucks. It ages really fucking well.
Haven't seen it.
It's a good movie. It's very misunderstood. But well, there's people who've seen it once and they hated it, you know what I mean? But it's one of those things where when you watch it now, it's like, oh wow, this is interesting stuff. And it kind of ages well because of, the way certain corporations are in Hollywood and stuff, and Kubrick was trying to, expose a fucking cult, or what these cults fucking do and shit, But it's cool to see that that's getting a 4K. The artwork in that is like okay. It's not great, but I like the idea that Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, their faces are like masks. I do like that idea, but the rest of the artwork's like not that great.
What is it? Is that Rookie?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
You good?
You good?
What? Yeah, I'm good. What'd you hear?
Not much. It's just
yeah, it did again.
Yeah, like
What? Oh, I don't know. I'm on my phone. So.
There's like that's probably it.
That explains it. Yes,
there's
Tim
like a
Hayes.
screech.
Yeah, it was like a screech. Tim Hayes, I do believe you're right. Vampire Hunter D is coming to Blu-ray. I don't know what that is, but I saw that somewhere. And yes, Boba Fett. I know Saw 1 is already out on 4K. I know 2 and 4 are coming on 4K steelbooks. Did the first one get a steelbook? I'm not sure, but I think they might be doing a steelbook for Saw 1 as well. So.
I have the slipcover for the first Saw.
Yeah, I know that. I only like I'm gonna be honest. I know people love the Saw movies. How this spawned like 10 movies, I'll never know. The first one is a good
that's because
movie.
they're cheap to make.
I know they're super cheap to make. They make back their money, but like the first movie's like the best. 2 and 3 is all right. They really should have stopped after 3 because, especially after they killed Jigsaw, is like, why?
I heard it's more like people like Jigsaw. I don't know. I don't hear about people saying that they really liked the movies. You know,
like I thought bringing him back in every movie in flashbacks, and he clearly gets older and older in each movie, and it's just like you shouldn't have killed him in part 3.
Why is it this ultimate? Why is it this ultimate plan thing? It's like you're just kind of. I get the initial intention. Like he's dying, then he gets this like revitalized life in a way, and like what he'll like. I get it. That's cool, but then it's like I don't know the way they set up the story the rest of the way through. It's like I don't know, man. I don't really get the point here. So it loses the plot as it goes.
I don't think it loses the plot. I just think they got too much into the whole. I know people call it gore porn. The plot was fairly easy.
I'm sorry. I guess like a lot of the characters are dumb to follow as well. I guess probably part of it.
He was dying of cancer, and he wanted to. He felt people were not living their lives, and he gave them a chance to actually live their lives.
When I say lose the plot, I don't mean like. I mean, like they focus on the wrong things in the story. Is what I'm kind of getting at. Like the story makes sense, but then you see characters just make the dumbest stuff.
From what I've heard, is like Saw X really goes back to that, like the story of why he does it and everything. But I said, it's like
Saw X is supposed to be the new follow up to the first movie.
Yeah,
and then where they forget all the other ones again.
No, yeah, exactly. They're all still like part of it. It's just.
That's what it seems
I haven't seen the Saw movie.
I've only seen the first one, to be fair, and I thought the first one was decent enough, but it wasn't like something where it was like I was dying to watch the sequels.
The first one is so good though, like because you really
first one is good.
See that I mean, for anybody who's never seen it, I don't want to spoil it because even though I know
Yeah.
most people probably do, it's like that first movie, you really do not see that ending coming. It legitimately did shock you when you first saw it. I remember being like, "What the
When you
hell?"
saw it,
When I saw it.
Yeah.
And I did want to when I saw Saw 2 and I saw Saw 3, and then I've actually seen them all except Saw X and Spiral. I haven't seen the Chris Rock one. But like the more they went on, the more I just lost interest in them. I'm like, because like by the time you get to the third movie, they legitimately end everything in the third movie. It's like, why even go further?
but they're like, no, but then there's an even deeper plot, and then there's there's like more henchmen that are able to fulfill his plan all the time. I think I've seen Saw 1, maybe some of Saw 2, and then like Saw 5 or something. And I was like, I mean,
But
man, I don't really know, man. I just don't know. It's just one of those ones. It's like I feel like they had a point, and they really just don't know how to follow through with that type of point or theme anymore. It's just a lot of it has to be, and then this was a trick as well. But you saw this before, but it's actually this now too. And it's like, that's not that interesting. So many movies in. It's really, if you're really somehow clever about it, then I guess it works. But when it's not that clever, it doesn't really work. It's just like, you're just doing kind of a gimmicky thing now.
They're cheap to make, and horror fans are easy to please. That's the truth of it.
That's true.
Like, here I am talking about how I didn't like them, but I've seen every one of them except the last two. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm a horror fan. I watch them because I kind of want to see where they go, even if I don't like them. And it's not that I hate them. I don't hate them. I actually found enjoyment in certain ones of them, but like really after the third one, they should have stopped. But I understand why they kept going when they were just like cranking in the dough. So, but what's up, VHS Massacre? Glad to have you with us as well. Let's see. I want to see if I missed anything here. I mean, like I said, they're not. I don't think they're bad. It's just, I kind of think they should have just ended it after the third movie. They kind of just fizzle for me after that. But anyways, let's get into the movies. The physical media showing off. Runner, we're going to start with you since right now you have the most until Tom gets here. So let's go ahead with whatever one you want to start with first.
All right. I guess I'll start with this. Greg and Tom talked about this a little bit ago. I couldn't be on the stream, but I was watching and chatting about it. I said that this might be the best in the franchise, and I still kind of stand by it. Greg does not agree with that. And
actually, I was thinking about that, and I don't think it's the best in the franchise, but it might be the best sequel.
It's very fucking close. I mean, okay, yeah. Final Destination Bloodlines. I had a kick seeing this in the theater. I was like, you know what? This is great, because I binged like all the other ones before seeing this one, and I'm like, okay, now we're back to where we should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. It is a really good movie. The only, like, the biggest problem I have, it's not a big problem, but the one problem I do have with the movie, and it's the one problem I have with a lot of people who say they love the Final Destination franchise, is they romanticize the second movie. Like, there's so many nods to the second movie, and that one with the trees and the girl from the second movie is like, I don't think people have really watched the second movie in a long time, because there's only one good memorable scene in the second movie, and that's the opening scene with the log truck. After that, the movie is a very generic, shallow, pointless movie with characters that are dumb.
I was gonna say, because, you know, okay, I was watching the second movie,
but the sixth one really like improves everything on that.
The thing with the second movie, it's just, yeah, it's one of those things where I was watching it and then I was going like, you know what, I'm gonna check my phone from time to time. It's like, it's one of those movies where it sucks when I have to check my phone for so long while the movie's still playing, because it's like, yeah, like that's like the one memorable scene in it is the opening, and that's great. But yeah, yeah, 2 not great, kind of mid. 3 I kind of liked.
I really liked 3. And I know Boba Fett was saying it's a bit overrated, but I really liked 3.
I did like
about 3 I really liked.
I did like 3. 3 was kind of cool. 2 no, not 2. 4 is
Four
dog
is
shit.
god awful. Yeah,
4
is
is
awful.
some of the worst shit I've seen, like, in terms of, like, a horror movie, there are so many shots that look like they're from a fucking green screen,
Oh, it's so bad.
and I'm like, "This is a horror movie."
It's the 3D craze when the 3D craze first
What?
started kicked off and everything's like real
Oh,
CG and
I know, it's
everything.
so
It's
dumb.
just
I'm
so,
like,
and like I hate the vision thing. Because
yes.
I hate that plot. That comes from part 2 as well. Is like visions. They get more than just the first opening vision. No, they get visions of who's going to die next and everything. It's like I hate that. I
Yeah,
hate
that
that
was
you lose me when you get a little more super. I mean, yes, it's sort of supernatural to begin with
it
death,
is,
but
but,
like
like,
when you're having visions, that's just
no,
I
that
hate that. I hate
no,
that.
like, the way they did it was just too convoluted
Yeah, very.
with the visions and stuff, I agree. Plus, like, yeah, it's like, especially the opening of 4 with the car race shit, I'm like, there are so many, like, moments in that where it's just like, this looks too fake to the point where it's just so ugly to watch. You know what I mean? Like, that's what 4 is,
Hmm.
and I'm like, "Yeah, like, I'll never watch this again." If I were to, like, binge watch all of them, that's the one I'd skip.
Yeah, I skip
Plus
out on 4.
plus Tony Todd's not even in that one.
No, he's not.
It's
He's
the
not
only one where he's not in
the
it,
only one.
which is so
Tyrell,
funny.
it's not that I don't like. There's a difference between these two movies because Final Destination is more like classic horror movies where they're being stalked by death. Right? It's like a classic horror movie. Yes, they do get a little more gorier as each movie goes on. Saw was just at times it was just just too much gore, and it became more about the traps than it did about the actual story. And by the end of it, like you like the character of Jigsaw, and then like the person that takes over for Jigsaw, you end up hating that guy, and it's like, why you keep bringing? It gets too convoluted. The Final Destination movies are just like fun, goofy movies where like you're laughing at these people.
Yeah,
Like Saw makes you feel bad,
and, like,
and it's not that I hate them. Like I said, it's not that I hate them. I actually like the first one, and 2 and 3 is not too bad, but after that they just, ugh.
I mean, like, I don't even think Final Destination, in my opinion, is, like, all that great of a franchise or is, like, super consistent. It's kinda just all over the place for me. It's like, you get one good movie, you get one kinda mid movie, you get a pretty good one, you get one that's complete shit, you get one that's okay, and then the last one was, like, maybe the best one or second to best, I don't know. It's, like, fighting between the 2, but I think the reason why this new one for me might be my favorite, at least my favorite, is because I really love the way that these characters are trying to dance around with death and try to avoid it, even
Yeah.
though they're making shit a lot worse than they should, you know what I mean?
It's just a series. It really is a series of unfortunate events.
Yes.
It's,
Like, especially, the scene where, there's the garbage truck that comes by,
I know we talked about that. That was
and
so
somebody
funny.
and the whole scene just kinda throws you through a loop. I don't wanna give too many details to those who haven't seen it. It throws you to a whole loop, and then somebody gets a kill a certain way, and it's like, I remember laughing my fucking ass off in the theater. I was like, "This is great, dude."
Yeah, it was a good one. This really
Yeah,
was a
like,
good
there
one.
were so many great kills, like, especially, the dude with all the piercings and shit? He's kinda
Yeah,
like this goth
that was a
dude.
good one.
Yeah,
And
but
he's like the most memorable character in the whole movie.
yeah, that's so true, but, like, he doesn't get killed in a certain scene, but he almost does, and he tries to, like,
A lot of
you know
fake outs with him.
yeah, but then there's that one scene in the hospital where the guy with the peanut allergy,
Yeah.
that was nuts. I was like, I remember watching that in the scene where he's like, "No, you those unsalted peanuts and shit?" He's like, "No, give me those, the peanut butter cups." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, fuck." And then you see the whole thing plays out, and it's like, Jesus.
Yeah, it
Like
is.
like
They get
like
very creative.
it's crazy because it's like it's creative because they're trying to like, fuck with death, and what they get is so much worse. And it's just I thought it was just super well done the way they
Yeah,
represented it in that compared to some of the other films.
it is a weird thing because like we do like to champion original movies and everything and more movie originals and
Yeah,
stuff like that. It's just like who would have thought like the sixth movie in a Final Destination franchise would have been
I know.
as good as it was.
Yeah, it's kind of insane.
It's like
Um,
I want to see something original, but somehow this manages to fill a little bit original and fresh and still be part of a franchise.
plus, like, my mind was blown when you get to Tony Todd's character, and there's this whole backstory with his character, which
Mm-hmm.
if which to me, if you were to told me that they gave him a backstory, I'd be like, what? That's dumb. I'd rather his character just be a mystery and all that. But the way they played it out actually kind of blew my mind, and I was like, oh fuck. That's
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. Because I
yeah.
didn't
Because
see it
like they made you think like maybe he could have been death this whole time until
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Because like, the person who experienced death or almost experienced death, um, who was at that tower at the party, she's like the old lady later on in
Mm-hmm.
the movie. Like I just didn't see him getting kind of tied up with that character and all that. I was like,
Yeah,
wow, like that's pretty rad. And then that last line that was improv, like that was great. Like I thought that was a really
yeah,
nice
it was good.
send off for that character and all that stuff. It was a really nice like kind of tribute.
Yeah, I know you want to talk about this, but like me and Tom did like, I think we did almost like 20-minute conversation on this
Yeah,
movie.
you probably did because I think you guys were like really in depth with the other
We were
movies
really
too.
into it because it was like at the end of the show, so we figured,
But like and you know what's
and we've
crazy? It's
talked
like
about them before, so
the fact that they were able to get the fact that we were able to get a good movie off of this franchise and not Scream is kind of crazy to me.
well, that's because people who made that clearly care for the franchise, and the people that made Scream have
I
all but
know.
admitted that they were making movies that weren't supposed to be Scream movies. It's because
I
they don't
know.
give a shit. And
I the
what
fucking
pisses me off is so many people think that fifth movie is like for Wes Craven. Read the fucking end of the credits. It says, "Thank you, Ryan Johnson." That
yeah,
one
no.
movie was not made for Wes Craven.
Okay, you know what's crazy? The guys who
I'm sorry,
directed
we should be talking Scream because we've
Yeah,
overtalked
yes,
that.
I agree. It's my fault for bringing that up. But like in this new Final Destination movie, you have two directors directing this. I don't know what other work they've done, but I remember leaving this movie being like, "Fuck, I wish these guys worked on the new Scream movies." Because clearly these guys seem like they give a shit
Yeah, they
and
clearly care.
wanna sort of build upon and build upon the franchise. That's why I really like this one. They just gave it so many more layers and all that sort of stuff, which was really cool.
All right. Well, yes, sir.
But
Any other?
have you seen any of those movies, Rook?
I'm sure I've seen them a long time ago on TV on occasion, but never really caught my interest too much. I mean, I like the idea of like normal enough situations that could almost get you killed, but I feel like Final Destination goes a little too wacky on it, where it's like, clearly this wouldn't like accidentally happen to this. It's like I don't know if that's intentional.
It's not
I've heard some
accidental, it's
people say
death.
there's like death is actually a character or something.
it's
Death is a character.
I don't
yes.
know.
Death is a character. You don't see it. You just the way the characters get killed off is death, but it's like it's a character that's like it's not a person, it's a force. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. It's like
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like, so they get like a vision. Is that also from death, or is that implied to be something else?
It's every movie starts where the main character has a vision of death's plan. It's just something that happens. They don't. That's the one thing they never explain is where these visions come from. It's just one character sees the future of Death's plan and he stops it. And then, well, you're not supposed to stop Death's plan, so you were supposed to die. Death's coming to get you now. So that's just like the one thing they never explain in the movies is how these people get the vision to begin with.
I got you. Yeah, it almost seems like a Coyote Roadrunner situation if they ever wanted to do it long enough. Like he keeps on trying to come up with ways to kill them, and they keep on escaping his traps or whatever situations.
No, there's
it
actually,
almost seems like
it's how do I explain this without it's especially with the sixth movie explains why he's coming after why all these movies connect, even though it's different people in each movie. Is like Death has a plan, and if you manage to cheat Death's plan through this, then you have to, Death is cleaning up the mess of, because you were supposed to die. This was your determined death, and so you got to die. So like each of these people, it's not like these people are each trying to escape death. I mean, they are. How do I explain this? It's because it's hard to explain without if you've not seen all of them. It's like there's a reason all these people are being chased by death. They're legitimately not supposed to be here. So I don't know. You have to see them.
Yeah, it's not one of those ones that's higher on my list. It's a little lower down, but like I plan to watch them eventually. Same with Saw, like to go through most of those, but those are just, there's a lot of other ones I want to get through. You know what I mean? Before I dive into those ones.
I think you'll dig them once you get into them, though. Honestly, I really, really think you do, because once you see them, you'll get it. But with that being said, I know we talked about this a lot and everything. So, if there's any final words you got to say on it, say them, and then we'll move on to Rookie.
I feel like I said what I needed to say, unless I forgot something that I needed to talk about. But yeah, I just thought I'd grab that. That's the only Final Destination I own on physical, because I don't know. I just don't know, like, if they're going to do 4Ks of the other ones.
I don't know if they would have had the first one when that came out, but
I was gonna say, like, why? I'm surprised they haven't even released the first one.
I would say with the success of this one, and they did announce that they're doing a 7th movie, I would bet by the time the 7th movie gets ready, they'll have the 4Ks of at least maybe the first 2. Because I would
first 3 would be good.
First 3 would be great. Honestly,
I could care less for
4.
I mean,
I'm not even not high on 2, to be honest with you.
No, I'm not even high on 2 either. I'd rather just have 1 and 3 on 4K in this, and I'd be great.
I mean, really like 5. 5 was really good.
5 was okay. I thought 5 was okay.
I thought 5 was really good. I thought it really captured some of what was so fun about the first movie.
No, it was an improvement, but I didn't like. I don't know. It was just like all right. It was okay. But yeah, like the 1 and 3, I'd be happy to get on 4K. But I noticed, like, especially Arrow, they've been pumping out a lot of New Line titles on 4K. Yes. Which, speaking of which, I've thought about this for quite a bit. If Arrow does this, I don't know if they will. If they release the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie on 4K,
I bet they would. To be honest with you, I think they're going to, because they got Spawn. They got Spawn. They got
I know
The Mask. They got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I
would put money on them releasing probably both Mortal Kombat movies from the 90s.
Don't even bother with the fucking sequel, man.
The sequel one is not good, no. But I actually really enjoyed the first one. I think it's a really good movie.
First one I really enjoy. It's not perfect because I'm a big fan of the games, but I think the first one really understands the point of Mortal Kombat, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I enjoy it. But like, yeah, no, like I would just, if I were Arrow, I would just go with the first one. You know what I mean?
Well, I didn't expect all 3 of the Ninja Turtles to be on 4K, and I know Tom was a little upset about some of the possibilities of the scans of those.
Oh, the inner positives.
Yeah, because it's mostly the inner positives.
Yeah. Probably. But I think those movies are just. I think those movies are a lot more beloved compared to.
I agree, but Arrow clearly has a deal with Warner Brothers.
I know.
Clearly.
But but yeah, like you said, because they're releasing Spawn and TMNT and The Mask,
I don't. Yeah.
I was like, dude, if they do MK, at least the first one,
I guarantee
that might be another pre-order from me.
I don't think they'll do the Final Destination movies because I think that's like Warner Brothers will allow certain things to be made. Like you see, they're letting Criterion do.
But at the same time,
House Party, they're letting them do like Spawn, the Turtles over at Arrow. But like with the Freddy movies or like the Final Destination movies or like Lionsgate with the Saw movies, they're going to keep that to themselves because that gives them more money than allowing other people to
see. But what if Warner Brothers releases the original MK by themselves because they got the sequel?
I don't think they will.
No, because they got the sequel to the new one coming out.
I know, but I don't think they will because I think that that's like a Spawn movie. They're going to Arrow or somebody's going to do the Mortal Kombat. I would put money on that.
I mean, if they do, that would be cool because that'd be a fucking rad box set. That would be a rad fucking set if Arrow did it.
I would. I mean, I can't say that for sure, but I feel like
I have
Arrow, since they're doing the
I have a feeling they'll do it.
They're going to do Mortal Kombat.
There's a good chance because there's kind of that, retro nostalgia vibe going for some of the Arrow releases with the 4Ks and stuff that I've noticed.
Also kind of would hope that maybe since Criterion is doing House Party, maybe Arrow could do House Party 2 and 3. It'd be nice.
Oh yeah.
House Party 2 and 3 would be nice on new 4Ks or new Blu-rays at least. Because I mean they need a little love too. Yeah, Mortal Kombat. I guess Annihilation could tag along. I could see it tagging along.
I don't want it to tag along because
there's some people that like it. So
I know, but people like it for all the wrong reasons.
They like it because it's a bad movie and they have fun watching it like that.
I know and I can understand that, but like as a legit fan, that movie like fucking infuriates me so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's just that there's always something where it's like they do an adaptation of something you love, and when they fuck it up so bad, even if it's a franchise that's that small, it's like because like I'm more of a Mortal Kombat expert than something like fucking Star Wars, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just me. So if I could at least just get the first one, you know what? Here's the thing. Arrow could do a tag along thing with Annihilation, but it would be amazing if I could only just get one of the two movies.
I'm sure they will.
If that is an option, that'll be nice.
I'm sure they will.
Because I would.
But then you can't play the "You Shall Die" in 4K.
I don't need that.
Hey, you do look good in mud, Jax. It's some funny little moments. You don't like it when they kill Johnny right away?
No, I hate that shit. God damn it.
Rook. It's probably Rook's favorite Mortal Kombat movie.
That actually like pissed me off so much when I saw that. I was like, why would they fucking kill off Johnny Cage like that?
I hate how they replaced Raiden in the second one, man. The first one guy is so funny. He's like, I'm Raiden. I'm evil. I'm good guy, evil guy. He's like, I'm Raiden now. Hey guys.
See, I like Christopher Lambert, but like his performance.
Yeah, I do too. But it doesn't. But by comparison, he's not a good Raiden.
You won't stop talking about things, Tom. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Tom. We just go through different tangents, whatever. But fucking.
We need to move on to the next one. We've been 44 minutes into the show. We've only done one movie.
You know what? Hot take, Rook. I actually think the actor for the second movie is a better casting choice. It was just a bad script and a shitty movie.
All right. Now, Final Destination Bloodlines was great. So let's go on to the next person. And we do have Tom. So,
Tom, I promise. We went through one movie, but I was trying to hold down the fort so you can.
I'd say, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Tell me.
I was listening to some of it, and I'm like, "Are you guys going to get to another movie,
or
is it wasn't me this time?
So Hey,
Right?
it wasn't me this time.
Right?
Runner was in here and he had a lot of thoughts. So
Okay.
He had thoughts. All right.
All right. I'll shut up now. Who's going next?
let's do Rookie while Tom gets himself situated.
I'm here, but yeah, either way, Rookie can go.
Yeah. Go ahead. Rookie.
Alrighty. Got Memento. I saw that. Oh, I actually watched it for the first time a little while ago, but it's one of those ones where I definitely want to see it again because I was a little confused, kind of like I was piecing some of it together as I was watching, of course, but
it's a little
like
bit
it wasn't as clear. I wasn't as sure what like all the events were going on in what order and whatnot, but I like the movie, especially I think it's cool that he loses his memory quite often, but he's got ways and he's got like a format that he remembers to implement so that he can sort of keep track. But when you get toward the end, when it kind of reveals that he's intentionally kind of muddied some of the memory a bit on purpose, kind of interesting with that as well. This is another one that kept me engaged the whole time. Well, yeah, whatever. But this is another kind of one that kept me engaged the whole time. Like I really felt like if I look away, I'm going to be lost or something. So I was focused the whole time, but I do want to watch it again to maybe have a little more clarity on some of it. There's just a few parts where I'm kind of like, I don't exactly know. Wait, what happened there?
It gets better the second time. It gets better when you rewatch it.
I think so. This definitely is, and it's enticing enough to make me want to watch it another time. Like with the way that the scenes are formatted, I'm like, hey, wait a second, that thing was there. Hey, that wasn't there before. Okay, that was it. Okay, we're going back now. Okay, the way that it's like a jumbled around movie, which is very different for a format. I don't know how many movies ever try to do anything like this, but it feels like it'd be really difficult to pull off successfully. Like, but if you're not a good director or something, this would be this would be a very weird format to try. But I do want to see this one again and see if I get more of it.
Oh, you haven't seen that one yet, have you?
What was that?
Did you see Time's Screen?
No, I didn't. What? I was looking at the screen. Oh, Pulp Fiction. Oh, I've seen about half the movie. I never got to finish it all the way.
Oh God!
Get him the fuck out of here!
Yeah. But when you ask for Memento, I mean, him being, pretty much manipulated a little bit throughout the time, and that nice little movie. I'm gonna when I rewatch it again, I'll bring it on and give my thoughts. What?
Have you ever seen Reservoir Dogs?
I don't think I have.
Well.
I don't think I've seen that.
Nolan. I know this is very Nolan, but like, other movies have told stories like that as well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but the way Memento's formatted is like literally each event is like going backwards, if that makes sense. Like,
well, it feels like it goes forward a little, it goes back a little, it goes forward a lot, back a lot, whatever. And I'm like, dang, nice. But so when I rewatch it again, I'll bring it on and have more cohesive thoughts on the movie. I don't really have as much to say on it other than it's good, but I need to rewatch to really like dissect the movie or give my like the positives or negatives I have about it. So, but as one that I watched a little bit ago, and I forgot that I actually had it too. Like I had a physical copy. So I'm like, oh yes, nice.
There you go. But yes, I did forget to mention that the Breakfast Club is also coming to 4K from Criterion.
Oh yeah,
the guy with the Mighty Ducks guy.
Club. We did talk about TMNT last week, by the way.
I wasn't there, so
I know. Yeah, I had to gripe about the whole positive thing, but I did see TMNT in the theater.
Oh, that's right, you did. You went and saw it, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, how was that?
And I don't know what Arrow's going to be doing to their version of it. I will say this: the version I saw in theaters was really dark. Mm-hmm. So I hope that's the version. I mean, I know the movie's always been dark, but like it seemed like overly dark, and it could have just been the shitty projector I was seeing on. It could be, but at the same time, hopefully it's not as dark on the Arrow release.
Yeah. And
there was like, unless this is a completely different scan, because my understanding is the same scan as this. although Arrow's doing their own sweetening and work with it.
Right.
There's damage to the entire film. Remember Congo? How it had a line through like one of the reels?
Yeah.
Like throughout almost the entire film, there's a line through the just off center of the film. Like a scratch throughout the entire film. It's faint in most scenes, but like in some scenes it's clear as day, and it's always there. It's like it's ever present. So I'm going like, okay, so this is damage that was done to the initial film at some point when either it was last time scanned or something happened when they did a print or something. But either way, hopefully Arrow will fix it. It's not nearly as bad as Congo, but it stuck out to me because I'm like going, my eye kept going to it. Like, yeah. So anyway, that being said, who's next?
It would be you and Brent Barth. I'd be honest with you. No, I'm not excited for Christopher Nolan's Odyssey.
I'm gonna watch it either way. I don't care.
You had to do a Christopher Nolan movie, and I got to follow up that shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm kind of looking forward to it though.
It's not that
I'll do the easy one first, because we talked about this one to death too. It seems like except for we've talked about Nolan to death, although we haven't talked about Memento to death.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about movies we've talked about to death, I did get this week on 4K.
Gilmore 4K. Nice.
So we don't need to talk about the movie itself per se, but I did watch it to see how it looked. Looks great. There's a new commentary on it from the podcasters of the Billy Gilmore podcast. Other than that, it's the same shit from before. It's a little disappointing on that front, but of course it's Kino, so it's cheap. But Universal 4K scan of the negative looked really good. Can't complain at all.
Nice. Is there any commentary or bonus footage or scenes or anything?
Did he not just fucking hear what I said?
No, he didn't. He wasn't listening.
No, I heard you say most things, but I didn't hear if you said there's commentary. So sorry.
Were you intentionally not listening, or did your phone fuck up on you? And you better answer correctly.
Did you say there's commentary? I didn't hear you specifically say that, so I wasn't hearing that. Did you? Did you seriously say like there's commentary, and I just totally
okay. Let's continue to talk about Memento now. Oh shit! Never mind.
Tom had literally left the studio completely. He pissed him off that bad.
You're gonna make me have a fucking aneurysm by the end of this night.
Well, because it's like you showed the 4K, and I was like, wow, they have a 4K of Happy Gilmore. That's cool. Something. Like, I was like, oh yeah,
let's rewind this real quick. The only new thing on the disc is a new commentary. Commentary from the Billy Gilmore podcast guys.
Okay, no. See, when you said Billy Gilmore podcast, that did not register to me as a commentary on the disc, because you say podcast.
Damn kid,
you said podcast, so I'm thinking that it's not on the disc. So that's my fault for getting that. Well, now you got me interested to see it. Okay. I'm going to get the Happy Gilmore 4K.
You do realize this is probably your last episode, right?
Well, I think that's debatable. We'll see. I mean, everybody is eager to see what else I can do, what else shenanigans I can come up with. So
you're lucky you're on the phone, and I'll let this one slide.
You need Rook for the shenanigans, so let's be real.
You might be right, but I'll think about it.
Ones like that, that's not intentional. I did not register what he said.
I can't even bring that kind of energy to this stream,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm younger.
Yeah. But Happy Gilmore, that's cool. So there's commentary on it. That is good.
That's it. That's the only new thing. Otherwise, it's the same shit as before. But
my second question was there any deleted scenes? But then you said that was the only new thing. So I got you.
Well, there was the deleted scenes from before, which I think were like 35, 40 minutes of deleted scenes. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if mine. I haven't looked at my disc in a while. I don't even know if it has deleted scenes on there. It's one of the older DVDs. Or something. I'll have to check, but just curious. That's cool.
Doba, don't encourage him.
They should have had the cold cut combo be the foot long of the month at Subway, because that's the one name. That's your
go-to,
I know.
huh?
I'm saying it again. I'm changing subject.
Here's the one thing that I'll give you on the 4K disc. The only special feature is that commentary.
Okay.
Because they
Sweet.
don't have any special features on the 4K as usual.
Yeah.
No,
You got the
no,
trailer, deleted scenes and outtakes, and then of course the new commentary. The movie looks great. It's from the negative. In fact, it looks even better on here than the scenes did look in Happy Gilmore 2, I would say.
Oh, nice.
Of course, that's streaming, but I mean, still.
Yeah.
Chances are that movie using those scenes probably paid for the scan.
Yeah, I never thought about that because they usually.
That's usually when you
Yeah.
ever notice that whenever a movie Karate Kid was the same
Yep.
thing.
I was
As
just
soon as
thinking
they
about
started needing that for Cobra Kai, it was like, well, we better scan it in 4K. And the reason is because Netflix requires anything new to be done in 4K.
that. Right.
They grandfather in older films because of the masters, but anything brand new has to be done in 4K. So because of that loophole, they probably had Netflix pay for all those scans of the Karate Kid that they've released endlessly now, and it's coming out again here in
Yeah,
just under a few weeks.
it's true. It's true.
Only this time we get the next Karate Kid in the new one in 4K, and I think the Jackie Chan one, the other one. So we get 3 new 4Ks this time.
All I really want is the one with Hilary Swank. That's the only one I want.
The box set does
other-
look pretty bitchin' though, so I'm gonna end up being a sucker.
It does. But I got that one box set they already released. So all I really want is that one.
Well, hopefully they'll release it on its own for you then.
Yeah. I know you're.
This will be the third time
completionist.
I've
I
bought
know
the
you're
first one.
completionist, So. yes.
Just
alright,
on
but-
4K.
Yeah. It just was.
No, I mean this is the third time I bought it on 4K.
Oh yeah, because they did release the first one again on 4K.
Yes.
With the more special.
If I had
features.
known that this is probably that same version, if I had known, I would have just waited.
Yeah.
The
So it
deleted
is
scenes were
confirmed that
great.
there's commentary. Yes.
Oh my fucking god! They had an Adam Sandler commentary, but all it was "Hoo-hoo, zibbity-doo."
Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks.
Any final words on Happy Gilmore?
Actually, I can bounce off of that with something else since I have more than what I actually showed you
How
earlier.
many do you have? Oh, you have more than you showed.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not counting the one I just did.
Okay.
But I have one that goes perfectly with it.
Runner has 6 too. I have 3, and Rookie has 3.
I'm doing
Rookie
5.
supposedly has 2 and 1.
I'm doing 5 now, just so.
Okay, well then this will work out perfectly then. So this will be because this is a golf movie technically, although it's not a movie, as I'm doing the rare thing that the theme song that I wrote for Greg actually promises, and I brought on a book,
Caddyshack. Nice.
The Making of a Cinderella Story.
Nice.
It's a Cinderella story by Chris Nashotti. And not only that, I watched on Netflix to pull a rookie, since it's not available on home video. I watched the Doug Kenny movie called Stupid and Futile Gesture, which covers the life of Doug Kenny, and is actually pretty much all covered in this book.
Oh, nice.
Believe it or not. Like, everything that's in that movie, 90% of it's in this book. Because this book covers a hell of a lot more than just the making of Caddyshack. It basically covers from the inception of National Lampoons up through Caddyshack, you know, with obviously some, you know, stuff at the end. But it's just this is the kind of stuff that I love for when we do our deep dive videos. Like I had a similar book to this when Ghostbusters came out, even though it wasn't about Ghostbusters specifically. It was about the wild and crazy 80s. And there was a bunch of stuff I pulled out of there, and then people accused me of stealing it from Netflix. I'm like, guys, you do realize that our video came out like the day before or the same day as Netflix's one, and I had no idea it was coming out.
Right.
And we have a lot of the same info. There's no way we did our video after watching theirs. It took us weeks to put that together. Like, it's just impossible. We just happened to probably pull the same info from a lot of the same places, and or they had the actual people on the fucking thing. So yeah, it's just the same people saying the same shit. But yeah, no, there's tons of shit in here that I never even knew before about the making of Caddyshack and just the whole thing behind the scenes of everything and all the people and players involved and the politics. And yeah, like I said, it starts from before even Animal House, so you even get kind of a brief run through of Animal House and some side notes from Blues Brothers. So I mean, it's even hard. The fucked up thing is to stop and think that in the summer of 1980, we had The Blues Brothers, Caddyshack, Airplane, and what the fuck was the other one? Oh, shit, I just forgot. There's another comedy that came out that summer too, and The Jerk with Steve Martin.
Yeah.
All in the same summer. We're lucky if we get a comedy now.
Yeah, and if we do, it's a Happy Gilmore 2 on Netflix. You know,
or The Naked Gun, maybe.
The Naked Gun. Yeah, we did get the Naked Gun this year, so yeah. It's I gotta get that book. I've never seen it.
It's a deep dive. It's actually available on Audible as well. So for those who don't want to read.
I prefer a hardback book. I think people know that.
I like to have it, but like me, I listen to it a lot when I'm running around doing things. So like, yeah, on my trip, if anybody wants to donate some Audible books to me, let me know. You can buy me credits or whatever.
See,
I would gladly take them.
I would listen to an audio
trip
book.
ahead of me.
There you go. There, guys, if you want to get Tom some of that. I would listen to an audiobook, but I would not be able to hear it because I would hear, "Can you get me this? Can you come over here? He hit me. She's picking on me." So, I got to turn that off and go over here.
No, yeah, audiobooks, well, it's no different than having to put a book down, but
yeah, but
it's just really great for when you're traveling, and I loved the idea of how the movie came together, how Bill Murray's character didn't even exist until he basically showed up, because they weren't even sure if he was going to show up, and how just Orion had no idea what these guys were doing on the set, because basically Caddyshack was made with the 3 C's. Chaos, cannabis, and cocaine.
Yep.
Those are the 3 things that made Caddyshack. And you had a first-time director who's never done a fucking movie before, in Harold Ramis. And he had very few veterans on the set to be able to help him along. And the few that were there, I mean, they did their best. But yeah, and this is one of the few times that John Peters could actually possibly be considered a hero. Because he was the only guy who kind of saw what this could be. And he ran interference between the studio and these guys while they were out in Florida shooting the shit and shooting the movie. And basically wasting everybody's time and money in the process. And how they got a masterpiece out of the end of this is nobody really knows, other than the one time John Peters was right. This is the guy who said Superman should have fucking polar bears as fucking guards at the Fortress of Solitude so Lex could fight him. And in the 3rd act, I want to see fucking Superman fighting a giant spider. Like, that's that John Peters. Yep. That John Peters. The same John Peters that said, you know why I get Batman? Because we're both of the streets.
Yeah, and he's a hairdresser.
He's a fucking hairdresser. He did grow up on the rough streets a little bit. I won't deny him that. And he was the one guy who had the wherewithal to go, you know what, this is going to bring this movie together. Because when they got to it, what was happening was the original cut was 4 hours long. And as they were going along, it was like they were cutting the soul out of Doug Kenny. Like, literally. Like, he was just going into a deep depression as the movie was getting cut down more and more. And more of his, intention of what the movie was initially was being excised. And what was basically slowly becoming the Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, and Rodney Dangerfield show, basically, with Ted Knight.
We're waiting.
We're waiting. And so he was like just going into this deep depression, doing more coke than anybody could humanly possibly take, and drinking and everything else excessively, even more so than like Chevy Chase and John Belushi, right? Like, he was just on the warpath. And like after the premiere of the movie, when the press was there, he's like, this fucking movie sucks. And everybody started laughing. He goes, no, I'm fucking serious, and fuck all of you. And he nearly passed out, and it was a mess. Right. And it wasn't long after that he took his own life or had a tragic drug-induced accident. Nobody knows for sure. But yeah, and I watched the movie, which does a great job of really shoving as much as they can into an hour and 40 minutes. So it's missing a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, it does a pretty damn good job of capturing the rise of National Lampoon's The Making of Animal House a little bit, making Caddyshack a little bit, but not much. it stays out of the movie parts a little bit less and more into the National Lampoon's aspect of it.
Right.
But and more based around Kenny himself, Doug Kenny. But in the process of the whole thing, so they had the 4-hour cut, but throughout the cut, the caddies stuff was getting completely wiped out. Right? Like there was a love triangle between like Danny and the love interest and the other like I can't remember his name, but the Italian looking fucking caddy. All that got removed. Like just tons of stuff. But Peters was the only one. So they had this movie and the studio hadn't seen it yet. And Peters is like, well, we need something to bring it together. And everybody's like, well, what? We don't know what to bring it all together because now you just have all these random bits throughout the entire film. And it's not really even a movie. It's just a bunch of bits. And we don't have anything to really kind of pull it all together anymore because you've removed the only story, but that was the most boring part. So it's not like they didn't understand it. The only one who was against it was Doug. Right. And John just gets the crazy idea after they've all snorted and smoked everything they could that night. He goes, here's the gopher. The gopher will bring everything together. And everybody goes, you're fucking crazy. He's like, no, I'm fucking serious.
We gotta do the gopher.
Because he goes, the moment you have the one scene with Rodney Dangerfield going, hey, that kangaroo stole my ball. And the rest of the movie, you just got randomness with Bill Murray, right? That has no real place in the movie. And that was the other thing when they brought Bill out to shoot. It was originally just for a week, less than a week. And they kept bringing him back out because every time Peters would see his stuff, they'd be like, do more with Bill, do more with Bill, do more with Bill. So they would pay to have Bill fly down from New York and he'd come down every once in a while. And yeah, so it was like this whole thing. And then the other thing is when they just about finished shooting the film, the golf course that they shot at, they thought they were going to cut out the ending. Like they didn't think they were going to blow up the fucking golf course. Well, they did. And not only did they blow up the golf course, they blew it up so big that an airplane had seen it from the sky and called it in as a fucking plane crash.
Dang.
Yeah, so the whole thing was a big fucking chaos. So the next day, the entire crew got the fuck up out of there as fast as they could. Like this whole movie was just a chaotic fucking mess. So anyway, back to the John Peters story. So he's like, okay, I'm going to take this to the studio now because the studio had not seen it to this point. Orion had been completely hands off. It was being distributed by Warner Brothers, but Orion had produced the picture. And he was going to take it back to Metavoid and show it to him. He goes, the only reason I'm going to show it to him is because we need fucking $500,000 to finish this movie. Right. Because not only do we need all the gopher effects, there's a few other tidbits here and there we need to finish. I'm going to go ask for the money. And he goes, well, do you think they'll even give it to you? He goes, I'll make them give it to me. So they went and he showed him the movie and Metavoid was just fucking demolished because he's like, how did you guys spend $6 million and not even have a movie? Right? Like, so he's like, fine, I'll give you the fucking $500,000 to fucking, he was more pissed than he was happy, but he could see the potential in the film. Right. So they went and they spent with John Dykstra, the guy from Star Wars who did all that kind of stuff, spent the money. And a guy from Disneyland actually made the gopher and they shot all that shit. And it was what made the movie. And that, of course, was what Doug hated. He's like, you made it into a fucking kids movie. Yeah.
With the gopher.
With the gopher. So like, and he just hated everything. So at every point he was like trying to run some kind of interference with something and they would push him off. So then he'd go find something else to go fucking run interference on. And the one thing he did do that we could probably thank him for is the poster because he did not like the Norman Rockwell painting poster that ended up for the soundtrack, which is a whole nother story. But like, so he helped them because of course coming from National Lampoon, took all the stuff they had, put together the poster that we all know now. Yeah. With the gopher and the three heads and the Bushwood Club and Caddyshack. Yeah. You know, the one we know. Yeah. The one we all know. The famous one. Yeah. So like all that kind of shit. And then of course the music came along and as they were mid mixing and doing all this shit. And they're like, well, we got to put some music into film. And they had Johnny Mandel come over and do the music for the score, but they needed some pop songs. And Harold Ramis hadn't even thought about it. So he looked over at the billboard and seen that The Wall was the #1 album. He goes, well, I'll ask Pink Floyd. And Pink Floyd, of course, turned it down. Yeah. But John Peters goes, well, I know a guy who just did a song with Barbara, because he was dating Barbara Streisand at this time, obviously. He goes, I think he might be perfect to just come up with a song or two for the movie. I think he's got the right kind of temperament for it. He's kind of like this whole thing with this hillbilly meets, you know, posh kind of thing going on. Perfect for it. Kenny Loggins. And he was. Showed Kenny the movie. Kenny and John really weren't friends, but they just knew each other through Barbara. He ended up loving the fucking movie. And he said, so he went home that night and he said, I'm All Right was the easiest song he ever wrote in his life. It was the first time he ever wrote a song where he knew he had a hit on his hands.
All right.
And he wrote it because of the from the beginning of the movie. He goes right off the bat. He goes, I had my beat, and he goes, right as I was watching the movie, I was hearing boom, 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 boom. You know, just the whole thing going through, and all of a sudden the song just kicks in, and he's like, the next day I knew I had a hit because I was already singing it to myself on the way home and shit before I even played it again, and I played it again just to make sure, and it was boom. He's like, yes, that's a hit. And then he played it for John, and John goes, fuck yeah, it's a hit.
I'm all right. Nobody worry about me.
And then he wrote like 3 more other songs for the album, and of course the rest is history. You know, and the ending of the movie was totally different too, because after the explosion, Danny was off to college and he gets distracted by a hot chick, and that's the end of the movie, along with Chevy Chase and the other chick going off into the sunset. Well, instead they decided to go with the improvised line of of Rodney Dangerfield, the famous, hey, we're all gonna get laid, which meant nothing and had nothing to do with anything. It was just one of the random lines that Rodney threw in there, because Rodney had never really made a movie before. This is the other famous story of the movie. For those who don't know, Rodney Dangerfield had only been in one fucking movie, and it was like a decade before this in a bit part. So he showed up on the set, and they had no idea. Originally, they wanted Don Rickles, but Rickles said no or something like that, and it just didn't happen to work out. But Rodney was pissed because he saw it as an opportunity. But you guys got to remember, Rodney Dangerfield was on his comeback thing to the top. Like, he was the biggest he'd ever been at this point as far as stand-up. And because he had started off, fell off, and then came back with this I get no respect act, and that totally took off. It was him basically making fun of the old comedians, right? So he was one of the only guys from that old school that was still considered popular. So he came in, and first day on the set is his first scene is the country club scene where he comes in with the hat bit and but it looks good on you though. You know, that whole thing. So first off, Harold goes, all right, action, Rodney. Nothing. He goes, and he comes back around the way. He goes, okay, can you hear me back there, Rodney? When I say action, go, okay? Rodney goes, yeah, okay. He goes back in the scene. He goes, action. Rodney, that means go, action. Nothing. So he comes back around again. He goes, Rodney, when I say go, action, go, that means you go. You go, oh, you mean I do my bit? It's like, yeah, do your bit. He's like, okay. So then again, action. Nothing. Okay, Rodney, do your bit. Boom. Oh, look at this place here. Now give me 5 of those, 10 of those, 6 of those. Look at this hat. Holy shit, I think you get a free bowl of soup with this hat. Oh, but it looks good on you, though. That whole thing improvised. Boom. Cut. First take. That's what's in the movie. Everybody in the set's trying not to laugh. Here after the fucking scene, Rodney Dangerfield's sitting in the corner sulking. Right? So the other kid, the Italian looking kid, I keep forgetting his name. He plays Angelo or something like that in the movie, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Anyway, he comes over and he goes, Rodney, what's wrong? He goes, I'm bombing here. He goes, what do you mean you're bombing? He goes, nobody's laughing. Rodney, nobody can laugh. They'll ruin the take. Like, he didn't understand that they couldn't laugh at it. Like, and he used to time himself and know what, and he was so nervous and worried about, like, they said that he would pull people in the middle of the night, and he loved to smoke a lot of weed and do coke. So what he'd do is he'd get all fucked up and grab people in the hallway of the hotel and go, come here and listen to this. And he goes, you don't want to get sucked into one of those, because the first night it's cool, but after that he keeps doing it again and again, and it's the same shit. It's like you're in repeat, because he keeps playing you his new bits, asking you if it's funny, and if you don't react correctly, he gets very upset. So, that was like his ongoing thing. And the other famous story that didn't make it in this book, and I can't believe it's not in this book, was the famous story of the shit. I'm not talking about the candy bar shit. I'm talking about the actual shit. Okay, so somebody came in and took a dump in Ted Knight's fucking trailer, and Ted Knight come out just pissed as fuck and blamed it on Rodney. Guess who it was?
Was it Chevy Chase?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
I guess that was a thing that Chevy Chase always did to his co-stars, especially the most uptight ones. And of course, Ted Knight on the set was the only one not doing any drugs.
Mm-hmm.
But little did anybody know, because he was giving everybody these great lectures on acting and professionalism, and he would get really upset about certain things. He was a lot like the character he was on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Yeah.
Very insecure, but knew who he was and very professional outside of that. And little did anybody know, though, as he was giving all these like soliloquies on, you shouldn't be doing this to your bodies. You guys are doing all this kind of stuff. He was dying of cancer.
Mm.
So like this was his last hoorah. And nobody knew this as the making was going on. And so, yeah, so there's a lot of that into it too. It's like, that's very important for that because he's in it and it was his last big thing he did. So yeah, just this great book. Check it out if you get a chance. It does a great job of covering everything you could ever think of beyond and around Caddyshack. If you've ever been a fan, or if you know a fan of Caddyshack, it's a perfect gift.
Now I kind of want to watch Caddyshack.
I know, right?
Now I kind of want to watch it. Isn't that coming out on 4K, or is it?
It is eventually here. Yes, it's supposed to be. It should be out this year because it's the anniversary, but they always seem to miss the anniversary for some reason.
They
like
always do. They always do.
And then the one was like the 19th anniversary, but they're like, it's because of the 19th hole or whatever. Whatever.
At least you can make an excuse like that for a movie like that, I guess. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
It's Caddyshack. It's one of the greatest comedies of all time. That's all that matters.
One of the best. One of the best.
Well, and what's even funnier is Bill Murray didn't even have that speech initially in the movie, his famous speech.
Mm-hmm.
Is, at least I got that going for me. That was done by a completely different caddy that bombed it in the original take. And the other guy I think it was Doug or one of the other guys goes, "Don't worry, we'll just give it to Bill when he gets here." And they did. And of course, Bill came up with the best scene in the movie, which is, "Here he is. It's a Cinderella story." The whole thing with the flowers. That's all Bill, because that's all that's in the script is Carl goes up and starts chopping the heads off the flowers while he's fucking around or whatever. Because Carl made it into the script in the final script. Mm-hmm. And they were rewriting everything on the day on the set, and that's why they had, a bunch of the Lampoon guys there working as both actors and writers, and because that's an old Hollywood trick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even Jaws did that with Carl Gottlieb. You have a writer on the set as an actor, that way you don't have to pay him for both. Yeah. Yeah. So anyhow, yeah. So Kenny and all those guys were always, on the set daily. Like they had made the joke that they went through so many rewrites because they go through like different colors of pages. That by the end, they just gave up on the colors of pages because they didn't have any more colors left. And then there's like a lot of the scenes are just this happens. And then they just go in and improvise. And it's like, that's not how you make movies. But Harold didn't fucking know.
Yeah. We need more movies made like that again. Just cook them up, send them out there.
Yes and no. Because like Doug says, like the one thing with Animal House was that was such a tight script, and they had spent so much time on the script itself that when they handed it off to what's his Ace Landis, he just shot what they had on the page. There was no real improvisation outside of a few John Belushi bits and stuff. Right. So like, I mean, there's a few things here and there, but it was even stuff come up by Kenny, like this famous scene where he leads, that's Doug Kenny who leads the group of people, the band into the fucking wall, into the dead end street. Yeah. That's Doug Kenny. Like he came up with that bit on the day, and it was, it just stayed in the movie. So there's a few of those things here and there, but otherwise the main structure of the film and everything, almost all the lines are there in the original script.
Right.
Like the zit bit that's added with Belushi, but like outside of that, most of it's all there. So but this movie, on the other hand, and Harold Ramis wrote on Animal House, and so did, Ivan Reitman was a large part of Animal House, and he didn't get much credit for it.
Yep.
And that's why he said, "Fuck you guys, I'm gonna go make my own with Meatballs," and he took Bill with him.
Yep.
So, but Bill was that's a whole nother. They even cover some of that in here. Like this movie, this book takes all sorts of different things, and to make sure that it's all together to where it's like, you may not necessarily need that information, but it's there. So anyway, I spent way too much time talking about Caddyshack. So
It's okay. Runner spent the whole time talking about Mortal Kombat when he brought on a Final Destination.
I don't know how we got into that track, but yeah.
Yeah.
That'll
Now,
happen.
where do I want to go? Because I can do a movie that deals with sketch comedy people making their very first movie ever, which goes along with a little bit of that, or I could do a movie that I really don't want to talk about because I didn't really care for it and I don't want to watch it again.
That one I'm more interested in.
It's a comedy. It's a comedy. Okay, I'll do that one. I'll just do that one because then the other one might be a better follow up, but I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about this one. So I watched this movie called Private Lessons right here.
Never heard of it.
No, it's from 1981. It's a sex comedy.
I know that movie.
Right. I'm sure you
barely remember it, but yeah.
It's not like
it was one of those movies my dad used to hide on top of the shelf.
Yes. Okay, so like this movie in and of itself, it's not a bad movie per se. It's not that I hated the movie. It's just that I cannot. Okay, the star of this movie isn't actually legitimately a 15. When this movie was made in 1981, he was a 15-year-old boy, a legitimate 15-year-old boy. And the movie is about he's this rich kid. It's summer break. His dad goes away, and he's got a new housemaid who is actually, she's like 20 something, maybe almost 30. They go at it in the movie. She gets naked in front of him. They make out. They have sex. All that in this movie. This kid is legitimately 15 years old when it's made. Same reason why I can't watch the movie Lolita. It's just kind of like, it's kind of a little too weird. It's just too weird. And it's so funny because this was actually a huge hit movie. It's got music by Rod Stewart, Eric Clapton, Earth, Wind and Fire. It's got what's his name? The guy from Howard Hessman, who's from WKRP in Cincinnati. And it's got what's this guy's name? I just saw it. Ed Begley Jr.'s in it. So like the central plot of this movie is this kid is really rich. His dad goes away. They have this new house guest. She's seducing this kid. They get it on, but it comes to find out that Howard Hessman, who's the chauffeur, is blackmailing her because she's here in the country illegally because she's French or whatever, and so he blackmails her to seduce this kid.
Oh, she's French, then it's okay. So.
Yeah. So she's French, so it's okay. So it's like he blackmailed her to seduce this kid and fake a heart attack when they're having sex and act like she's dead. And then he helps the kid hide the body, and then he's going to take the money from the kid. He's like, you give me like $10,000, and I won't tell your dad or anybody that you had sex with this woman and killed her because she had a heart attack. And then turns out the woman actually really fell in love with the kid, and she tells him the whole story. So they reverse the thing on him and get him in trouble. The Howard Hessman in trouble, and then she has, they have it do one more time. And then she leaves the country, and that's where the kid is now grown up and going into high school, his first year of high school, ends up getting a date with his teacher. So it's like, okay, I get it. It's not like it's a bad movie. It's very run of the mill sex comedy type movie from that time, which like this actually likes to take credit for the start of the sex comedy craze. The second movie that's like called Private, which I did bring on, called Private School with
that's another one I kind of remember similar.
That is a much better movie, and at least everybody in that movie is adults. So when they're all getting naked and stuff in the movie, it's great. What is her name from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, where she comes out of the pool and she pulls off her top?
Phoebe
Cates.
Phoebe
Yes.
Cates, yeah.
She's in that one. It's much better movie, much funnier movie, much more like Animal House, like you were just mentioning. It's much more like Animal House. So it's a much better movie. This movie just had me feeling dirty, is why. So I thought it was going to be a little something different. It made me feel dirty because it's just kind of weird because the kid really, I mean, he's supposed to be 15, but he doesn't quite look 15, and it's kind of just all kinds of weird. But anyways, yeah, there you guys have it. So if you want to check it out, go ahead. If you don't, that's fine too, because I probably won't watch it again. I'd rather just watch Private School because this was kind of creepy. Be honest, it was kind of creepy. I mean, if I would have saw this as a 15-year-old kid, I'd probably have a much more, like, I'd probably love the movie. But seeing it as an adult now, it's almost as bad as also the movie The Crush with Alicia Silverstone too. Because like once you know about that as well, it's kind of all kinds of weird and goofy shit. Just like makes your skin crawl. But anyways, there you go. Yeah, yes. Sylvia Crystal plays a woman in Private Lessons. I know who she is. She's also from like the Emmanuel movies. I think she was in the first Emmanuel. Is that where she was? I think it's from.
Yes.
Yeah. So like I know who she is and everything, and it's just I'm sorry, it's just a little weird seeing a 15-year-old kid make out with almost a 30-year-old woman passionately and get naked with her. It's kind of weird. I'm sorry. Sue me. Call me old fashioned. Yeah. If I was a teenager, I'd absolutely love it. It would probably been the greatest job in the world. If I would have saw it when I was that age, it would probably been like one of the coolest movies ever. Seeing as an adult, kind of creepy, people. Kind of creepy. So anyways, who wants to go next? Yeah. I knew that's where she was from in the Emmanuel movies. But Runner, you want to go ahead and go next? Top that one.
Sure. I guess I'll just go with this now. Now that Tom's here. I mean, we've talked about this a decent amount of times. I watched this one in the theater not that long ago.
You're bringing on like all the movies we've talked 100 times about.
But I saw it. I saw a 70 millimeter print of this.
Say it out loud. Some people don't know what you're. Say the name.
Once Upon a Time
Debbie
in
Does
Hollywood.
Dallas.
Directed by Quentin Tarantino.
I didn't know Quentin Tarantino did Debbie Does Dallas.
I didn't know either. Apparently,
He did it with style and a great fucking soundtrack.
Yeah.
Lots of feet too.
Yes.
All feet.
All feet.
No.
Kicking that ball.
No, I brought it on just because I watched it in the theater not that long ago. A theater like 30, 40 minutes away from where I live, and they
Looking forward to the sequel, or
yes, I am.
I wish it wasn't on.
I kind of wanted to talk to you about that, Tom, because I'm a little interested in it.
Me too, and hopefully it's good.
Yeah, I'm also a big David Fincher fan, so that's kind of why I'm also looking forward
usually
to it.
pretty good.
And plus, he's like directing a Tarantino script, and he's normally pretty good at directing whatever fucking kind of script he would want to direct. It's kind of, he's got a good skill when it comes to branching off into different scripts, because like he directed The Social Network. It's very, very dialogue heavy, so Fincher can handle that just fine. So anybody like worried about that, it's like, no, I think he can do Tarantino just fine. Plus, I think Tarantino said that he had interest in directing a script of his or something like that. Plus, Tarantino's a fan of him, so it kind of just makes sense and goes for full circle. Plus, I love the Cliff Booth character, so more with that character is pretty good for me.
Yeah.
But there was a 70 millimeter fest that I think the last day is like tomorrow, but I went Monday to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in 70 millimeter, and it was fucking awesome.
Nice.
So I thought I'd talk about that for a little bit, because that was a good experience. It was my first exposure to Tarantino, and seeing it again in a theater just kind of like brought me back to the first time I saw it, but in like an actual like film print, because I saw it in a digital projector first time.
Well, cool.
So yeah, if you have a theater, I'm not just talking to the panel, I'm like anyone watching, like if your theater is playing this movie in 70 millimeter, I would go watch it if you're a fan.
All right.
But I don't know if we need to talk about this much. It's a fantastic movie.
As I said, you've been bringing on stuff we've talked about 100 times already.
I know. I just thought I'd let you guys know that I saw a 70 millimeter print of it.
Cool.
with a packed crowd.
Cool. Do you want to do like so how many you got left, Runner?
I could bring on one more actually. That's another
You wanna do
Tarantino
another one
movie
real
that
quick?
I rewatched. Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown. Tells her to shut up and she don't shut up and he just shoots her.
Yeah. Wait.
Spoilers.
Huh?
Like spoilers.
Oh.
Okay. I
don't
have no
even
I
interest
don't know
in
who
seeing
he's
it.
talking
Unless-
about.
You don't even know.
Is it good?
Yeah, Jackie
Brown's great.
Yeah, Jackie Brown. I a lot better than I remembered the first time I saw it, because this is my second viewing and I did like it a lot more. Because before this was like one of my lesser of Tarantino's. Now it's like kind of in the middle, but there's a lot of other stuff I like from him. But this one's great for sure.
Nice.
And I saw it on 4K and it looked really good.
Favorite Tarantino?
Really?
Yeah. It's
I mean,
from
I could see it. There's a lot of really good shit in Jackie Brown. Especially the Sam Jackson stuff. Like all that stuff is amazing.
Mm-hmm. It's good. It's good, and it's not even based on a Tarantino script.
No, it's
adapted.
adapted. It's adapted from a novel called Rum Punch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from what's his name?
I'm trying to remember his name. That's why I paused a little bit.
He did
Elmore Leonard.
Elmore Leonard. Thank you, Elmore Leonard. And then they tried to cross him over with that George Clooney movie. They were
Out of Sight.
do that, then they kind of like. Anyways,
Are you talking about Out of Sight?
Yeah.
I still haven't seen that movie yet. I want to though.
Yeah.
But I did hear that. I think Michael Keaton's character in that.
Yeah,
is the same.
they were trying to do like a thing, and then like I don't think they ever actually. So it's kind of like this weird thing. Awkward.
Oh, it works. Yeah, they're the same character.
Yeah, they're supposed to be the same character, but yeah.
Because I remember hearing like I think Tarantino owned the rights to like that story and like that character, but he gave Soderbergh free reign.
I don't know if it may have been, but like I think it was just they were friends, and they happened to have the same character in the books.
Well, I know they were friends for sure.
So it was just more so they coordinated it that Keaton played the same role.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did know that they were friends and they like coordinated something because of the two roles and all that, but yeah, I just remember like hearing something about that.
I mean, it could have been that Soderbergh had to ask Tarantino's permission, because if
I think that was
Tarantino had the rights to like Rum Punch, and Rum Punch came first,
yeah, and
that's where he originated from, then he may have had to. And Tarantino's probably not going to be a dick. He'd probably been like, "Yeah, go ahead, but just make sure you have Michael Keaton play the role so it makes sense, and it's technically in the same universe as my movie, because he's all into that kind of shit." So
yeah, like his universe is like.
I remember making a kind of a deal about it at the time. Like, I mean, I remember like critics and stuff talking about it, especially like Roger Ebert and such. So I mean, I was well aware of it back then. It was probably the only reason I watched Out of Sight, because otherwise I couldn't stand J-Lo.
Yeah,
and I mean, yeah, Clooney's fine, but
yeah, J-Lo's. I never understood how she got. I mean, outside maybe her ass.
I was gonna say she looks great.
Let's be real, she slept her way to the top. Come on.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. Yeah. I mean, you don't go from a flag girl on In Living Color to where she became.
How do you think she got to be a flag girl? Probably.
Yeah. Anyways,
flag girl. What do you say, flag girl or flag girl?
Same thing. Flag girl. Maybe because she had a good director, and so she was trying at one point. Maybe.
It's probably one of her best roles, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, she was the right type and age at that time, I guess, and she has to be somebody who can. I mean, as far as her acting, I mean, it also can speak to the directing. So he knew how to tell her what to do, get the performance out of her he needed.
Yep.
So,
yeah. Runner, any final words on Jackie Brown and all that before we
No, it's a really great movie.
All right.
I think let's move on since we've been talking a lot of other stuff and I don't want to hold anyone back, especially from that first pick. So, I mean, Tarantino's another director. We
Yeah.
talked endlessly, but I did rewatch Jackie Brown and I liked it a lot more
Yeah.
on rewatch.
Well, you're not going to hold back Rook too much because I guarantee whatever he brings on is 1A is going to surprise us
Gonna
in a
make
good
me
way
pissed.
or a bad way. So,
Listen, he brought on Memento, which I didn't expect. That was fucking cool.
Yeah,
And
but
he didn't talk about that one as much as I'd like for him.
That's what makes me tricky because I could bring on something amazing and then also
Yeah.
bring on something out of this world. So.
Yeah.
so go ahead, Rook.
Well, so actually,
Surprise us.
I'll do my non-pick, which is just more of a funny story with it today. So I went to the grocery
What the hell
store,
is a
getting
non-pick?
Yeah, that's what I'm
because you'll see where I'm going. Center me. I'll bring up a picture here in a sec. So you go into the grocery store, and at the end, there's like a little movie section. They're like $5. You guys know this. That's where I find a lot of weird, obscure movies these days too.
Yeah.
I bought like $70 worth of movies there. I was like, oh shit, they got this and that. Okay, cool. A lot of ones I recognize that I haven't seen that are cheap now. Okay, cool. But one I just kind of grabbed
You
without looking at
self-finance that
really.
entire bin.
I seriously, yeah, they need me. They rely on me. And I recognized the cover, and I was like, "Oh, Blake Lively, awesome!" But I didn't like look at the cover. You know what I mean? I just saw it and grabbed it.
I knew it.
Kind
I
of
knew it
seems
was-
to be a little different language there.
I knew it was that movie.
Yeah,
Menudo.
The
it is in
Shallow.
Spanish. But what's funnier?
Doesn't have English track.
Well, I was going to say, this is actually what's funny. So I was like, oh no, I bought a different language movie. Psych. On the bottom, it says that the packaging is in Spanish. The discs are in English. So I've got the English movie, but it's just got Spanish covering on it. So
How does
I
that
actually
even-
have the movie I can watch, and it's in English. I just
That's how it winds up in an Ollie's.
Yes, right. But I thought that was hilarious. Like, you guys are gonna grill me on that. I was tossing in movies and they're all good, and then it's like, oh, I didn't even realize I just picked a Spanish one out because I recognized the cover as I'm like, oh, I haven't seen that movie yet. Maybe I'll do it. It's $5. I wasn't that interested in that movie, but $5, I'll see it. It's Blake Lively. Okay, sure. A Spanish, but then it wasn't. So classic rookie moment. And that's on the record.
Well, surprise,
That's all.
surprise, Jennifer Lopez is in that too, but just the Spanish version.
Oh yeah, of course. Dude, why not? Dude, that'd actually be smart. Have her like be the Spanish version of white characters. Why not? That'd be different
Well,
reasons
they
for
actually
people
did
to
that
go.
once with Dracula, but yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, it's that movie, but it's Jennifer Lopez now.
So anyway, talk about The Shallows, or
He has
what is
his
it called?
own-
I didn't get to watch it yet. I just got it today.
Fuck!
That's why I
his whole
said that.
story.
That's how it's a non-pick.
You save that story for when you talk about the movie, Rook. That's a cheat.
I've been watching Better Call Saul all week. Okay, I barely watched anything, so I'm kind of picking out movies I watched a little while ago. I know.
Welcome.
But
to
Better
my
Call Saul
world.
is really good. So Better Call Saul is a really good show. So I don't deserve the look of scorn there. I'll watch the shark movie later. Okay.
You had him on Midnight's Edge After Dark last week.
And last week was a great show, was it not? It was.
You believe that? You believe that, Tom?
I brought movies on that show. Yes, that I watched. That was a great one. That was a great one. Tom loves it when I do this.
Anyways, Tom, you wanna do a pick? Actually, talk about a movie you've seen.
Okay, well, since Rook is always out of this world,
Yep.
Always.
Always make you proud.
I visited. If Caddyshack was kind of like, well, Blues Brothers was technically the first SNL movie, but there was more people involved with SNL and Caddyshack. If you get the drift, but they were all technically stolen from SCTV or Second City at that time, before there was SCTV, Second City and National Lampoon anyway. But if there was a movie that ever kind of brought the two best casts together about a family from out of this world, There's only one man on this panel who knows the movie I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Consume mass quantities of Coneheads,
Yes.
my friends.
Sometimes I feel like I've got to.
Big hit on Earth.
Yep, big hit on Earth. I love
This movie, I tell you, this fucking movie is great. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It might be
I
10
love
years
it.
too late, but what I love is how it combines the two best casts of SNL ever.
Yes.
You have the original cast mixed with the current cast of that time, which was everybody from Chris Farley to Phil Hartman to John Lovitz to Adam Sandler to David Spade. You've even got fucking, what's his face from Spinal Tap, who was also a cast member at one time, but I don't know if he was at the time of the making of this.
He even got Sinbad in it too.
You got Sinbad in it. You got the original chick who played the original daughter as the aunt. I mean, you got all sorts of people. Lorraine Newman. You got everybody you could think of. Adam Sandler's fucking scene in this movie is fucking hilarious. Like, he has got the best scene in the movie. Yeah. And of course, Chris Farley fucking steals the whole show. as was it Randy or whatever the hell his name was? Yeah. He's supposed to be playing like a fucking teenager. It's the best part.
When he comes out, rips his king off his car, and he just looks at him.
I hope my car didn't hurt your hand, Mr. Conehead. It's me, Ronnie. Yeah, Ronnie. That's his name, Ronnie.
Yes, Ronnie. This is such a good movie.
Thank you. You're fine. And goodbye. But I mean, Dan Aykroyd has been living this part for so long. And what's beautiful about it, and unfortunate, is that there was a TV pilot, an animated TV pilot for a Coneheads TV show that is basically this story, just compressed.
Right.
And I wish it was on here. I wish they would remaster it and get it out there, because hardly anybody's seen it. You can find it on YouTube. It is.
Yeah, I've seen it.
But it's in really crappy quality. Because I think it got one VHS release once. But I mean, it has all the original voices, Lorraine Newman even. It's basically the same story, just like I said, really compressed into a half hour. But it's funny because this one actually has some special features on it, Rook. Did you hear me?
Of what variety? Of what variety?
Well, one of the Subway variety, considering you get the Subway poster on the other side here. Consume mass quantities. This was on every fucking Subway that summer.
Why?
It was like one of the first big promotions that Subway ever did. She takes a whole Subway sandwich like nobody's business in the movie. Like, it was one of their first big product placements, even before Happy Gilmore and shit. They were on the glasses. They were everywhere. Oh, too bad the movie flopped. Like, that's the other thing is, okay, the movie flopped. Like, let's be real. Unfortunately, like I said, probably 10 years too late. Right? That's the problem, is by the time this movie came out, a lot of kids are like, what the fuck are the Coneheads?
Yeah, like, I know of Coneheads, but I've never seen the movie. You're really caught interest to watch them.
I knew who they were because my parents watched Saturday Night Live, so I always saw like a lot of the greatest hits VHSs and, you know, the reunion shows and whatnot. They would show sometimes and whatnot here and there. So like, I was well aware of who they were, but I totally understand. And they spent way too fucking much money on this. And it was directed by the same guy who directed Ninja Turtles, believe it or not. But yeah.
nice little, connection there.
So yeah, I mean, I might see it just for the amount of
You've never seen the Coneheads, at least?
I
haven't.
How they managed to make an 87 PG-rated fucking family film out of a Saturday Night Live skit, I'll never fucking know, especially getting away with half the shit they do in this movie.
We are from
But it is only rated PG.
Yeah, they do a lot in it, especially Chris Farley when they do they're not like having sex, but when they're doing that.
Unacceptable. Your cone is too young.
Yeah.
Oh man, just the okay. So like, first of all, what special features are on here? Well, you get the trailers, you get a vintage EPK with behind the scenes footage, extended interviews from that EPK footage, an interview with Phil Tippett. You get an interview with the chick who plays Connie. And you get an audio commentary with the director and Michael Felcher. So all this stuff is brand new to this disc. None of this stuff is, as far as I know, is on the Paramount release, although I'm assuming the Paramount release is probably the same scan as this. I have it, but I haven't opened it yet.
Are there any commentaries on it?
Motherfucker.
just kidding on that one. Okay.
Go eat a Subway sandwich. I ain't seen a woman take a sandwich like that except for my mother.
I remember that. She's just like,
Fucking David Spade is great in this too. Like, I mean, that's just everybody's on their A game in this movie, right? You got Tim Meadows, you got fucking like Garrett Morris. I mean, like everybody from the original show, and almost except for like Bill Murray, Dan and Chevy Chase. You know, Dan is there. And
Well, so that's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah,
that might be
Kevin
why
Nealon's in it.
That might be why I'd watch it. The amount of cast that's in there, like I recognize every person you've mentioned pretty much.
Your name is Donnie DiCicco. What's your name? Donnie DiCicco. Nice to meet you.
It's so good.
No shit, I got family there.
Yeah. Oh, I love when she's in the supermarket. She sees the eggplant.
Yeah.
She's like screaming. Ah!
Yeah, there's a lot of, and I mean, you can tell there was probably a lot of this movie that was left on the cutting room floor. In fact, I know for a fact there was at least a bunch of, and I found this out from the commentary, is that there was a bunch of, or no, this wasn't even from the commentary. I think this is just from one of the interviews or something like that. Because I don't even know if I don't even know if I got a chance to listen to this commentary. Maybe I did. I can't remember now. Because this was like, I got this one. This was one of the first ones I watched. After, and I just Happy Gilmore. I just watched it with the commentary. Is all I did.
Right.
But yeah, this looks good too. By the way, for a Paramount release. But basically, there was a whole shitload of stuff on Remulac that got cut, and the entire ending was changed, I guess. But it seems so perfect the way the movie wraps it up, because you get that really great line, and it's a real father-daughter movie. At the end of the day, so anybody who, like, you know, in that respect, because it's like, it's not every day that a dad can give their daughter the world, right? Like that whole line right there cuts the movie off perfectly. So it's wrapped up real nice in an 87-minute bow. Brilliant film. It gets overlooked all the time. I think it's one of Dan Aykroyd's probably best writing he's ever done since probably Ghostbusters.
Yep.
And even Ghostbusters was rewritten to shit. This I know is pretty close to what he originally wrote, because it's been festering since that original pilot. So, I mean, you'll be surprised. Watch this movie, then go watch that pilot, how almost line for line some of the shit is.
Yep. I mean, you, like you said, you could tell this was like one of his babies that he was really, and he managed to get it made. And I'm glad he did, because I don't care what anybody says. It is a funny movie, and you're right. It has the best cast of both Saturday Night Live just coming together on their A games. The jokes are hilarious. The story is heartwarming. It's just a fun movie. It really is. They don't really
Sinbad's
make
even funny in it.
Yeah, Sinbad is funny.
Of course you're an illegal alien. This always happens to me.
Oh, I love
and Michael McKean's great. It's like, if they're just here to visit, well, then it's a federal thing. But if they try to work here, they're mine.
Yeah. He's tracking them down because he thinks they're illegal aliens, not actual aliens.
The Earth cannot handle the galaxy's employment problems.
So good. I love the fireworks scene as well, too. That's how you got Conehead.
And then they call it like, we've decided to go with somebody else for the for Christmas tree lighting this year.
Oh, it's such a good movie. I haven't seen it. I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna pick that up. Like, I've been trying to.
We're from France.
Yeah, we're from France. Oh, and he gets his teeth capped. All his teeth caps like a shark.
Can you open your mouth a little wider? Okay, that's the John Lovitz scene.
Yeah,
we'll start the caps here.
That's a good John Lovitz.
Oh, I do a pretty good John Lovitz. Yeah,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That was good.
It is very underrated. It is very underrated.
It's very underrated. I agree. It's a fun movie.
And maybe I'm prone to like it because the guy who directed Ninja Turtles, so he's just my kind of what he does. I like, maybe it's just that, like, you know, I don't know, but a lot of this is Dan Aykroyd though. Like, right? Like, I mean, really, all Steve Barron is doing is pointing the camera and making sure he gets what Dan Aykroyd wants.
Right.
Because this is Dan Aykroyd's baby through and through, like you said too. Like, and Jane's in a way, because I mean they have fostered this. I mean, by the time they made this movie, it had been almost 10 years since they created the characters. Or no, it'd been over 10 years, almost 20 years. I mean,
Yeah.
right? You got to think about it because I mean the show started in '75. I want to say the first Coneheads skit was probably, if it wasn't in the first season, it had to be in the second because it was pretty early on they started doing them. So yeah, it'd probably be close to 2 decades, if not at least 15 years since they had originated the characters. And I think '83 would have been when they did the TV pilot, so 10 years before this movie. So yeah, so that, yeah, I mean it's great. Check it out. My only thing I want to gripe about it is you could have made the subway poster a flippable, reversible poster, since you have the, they could have split it up differently.
Yeah.
I don't like how it's like long like that. They could have had the heads on one side and consume mass quantity on the other. So, you already got the slip covers. So,
Right.
Otherwise, the only thing that's missing is the Conehead Love video. Don't know why.
Oh.
The music's on the menu. You would think they would have just threw the video on there too. I think it's on YouTube. I haven't seen it in years, but I know they did a music video for it.
I haven't seen that. Man, I don't
You really
know.
haven't?
Yeah, I don't
see if
think I've
it's
seen
on
it in
here.
years. I mean, years.
Oh. Let me see what's on
Man,
YouTube.
it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've seen Coneheads, but that tells you how memorable the movie is when I've seen it. It's probably been a good
Here it is.
20 years since I've seen it.
Was the music video on the video or no? For some
don't
reason,
remember. I remember seeing it on MTV.
I know they showed
do
it a lot on
remember that.
MTV, but yeah, here it is right here on. Yeah, because they did like a special and everything. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
And now, beings of the Blue Orb, it is time to present our
Blue
personal
Orb.
distillation in oral and visual stimulation techniques. We have synthesized the elements of your technology into our final projection. Here now
This
is
should be
greatest
on the
video
DVD.
ever produced
Yeah.
in the known universes. Conehead Love by Beldar and Primat.
At least somebody has the premiere of it on here. That's cool.
Way too big.
Yeah.
Just give me some chips.
We can't play the whole thing, but
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen this a few times.
Yeah, I remember that.
But anyway, it's in the movie too. But yeah.
You
I
always,
don't want to get you in trouble.
you always give me one of the.
I know, yeah. This will be another fucking Bryan Adams situation just for mentioning him. Probably. No.
No. You
Well,
can't mention
I don't
Bryan
know
Adams.
Did
He shall
Soul to
not be
Squeeze even have anything to do with? See, because that was actually on their actual album, so I don't know if it had anything from the movie. And then, yeah, I think it's just, yeah, I remember now. It's, oh, you did. I surely did. So shit.
named.
I forgot that it did. I remember the circus bit, but they have like one of the Coneheads in the background here.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I guess they did. They should add both of them on there, definitely. Yeah,
Nice. Nice.
not much of the Conehead in there, just one. That's why I don't remember from what I've seen here. And it does say the Coneheads on this one thing, but it barely shows them in it. Because I was gonna remember, I had the single to that before the soundtrack came out. Because I was gonna say that song, I think was already big by the time the movie came out. I remember. Because then the big
Right.
song, they tried to push the Conehead Love song, but that didn't get any radio play really. Got some MTV play, and that was about it.
Such a good movie, man. I miss those days, man. Like when you'd get like a movie like that, even if the movie flopped, you still get you get awesome music videos for the movie. You'd get like either a Comedy Central, Showtime, HBO making of half-hour special. You'd get pumped for movies back in the day.
Well, and think about it. That kind of goes back to Caddyshack, kind of kicking off the idea of having a pop soundtrack. I mean, yes, you could go back to The Graduate and a few others. There were from time to time. But I mean, Caddyshack kind of created the whole blueprint going forward. Like, yes, Saturday Night Fever a couple years before that did as well, but that was more or less a BG album with a few special guests. You know what I mean? The actual Caddyshack album isn't just Kenny Loggins, right? You've got Journey on there. You know, you've got some other stuff on there too. So like, it was kind of one of the first time. I'm not saying it was the first time, but it was one of the first times you had a very popular soundtrack that was written directly for the movie, and it came out at the same time. And it was kind of why I think Kenny Loggins became synonymous with soundtracks in the 80s too. Because like you threw a stone and it was like every other movie.
Yep,
Kenny
Top
Loggins
Gun,
was
everything.
Top Gun, Footloose, Beverly Hills. The only one he didn't do was like Beverly Hills Cop, I think, was because he was too busy doing everything else. So yeah.
It's true.
And then he even did a song for one of my other movies I got here. I could jump into. That's
go ahead if you
up
want
to you.
to. I mean,
So
I got two left, and I know Runner's got a little more like you.
Well, there was one I could have gone off with that a different direction, but I think since I'm talking so much Kenny Loggins, I want you to meet me halfway on this one.
Okay.
Across the Sky. Does anybody know?
It's sounding.
Meet me halfway.
Oh, I know this.
Across the sky.
I know this. Why do I know this?
Because the star says it in the movie.
Yeah,
Life
I know.
doesn't meet you halfway.
Yeah.
You should know.
It's Cobra.
Sylvester
Yes,
Stallone.
I know that.
Over the top.
Oh no, it's Over the Top. That's what it is. I was thinking Cobra. I don't know why I was thinking Cobra because Over the Top is great.
One of the worst Sylvester Stallone movies ever made, so bad that it's good.
I love this.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Even Roger Ebert had a hard time giving it a bad review. He's like, it's fucking boring. But Sylvester Stallone still finds a way to make the arm wrestling scenes engaging. So what I have here is the original Warner Brothers release, which isn't half bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it comes from a 4K scan. I don't know if it's from the negative, though. That I question. It is a very good scan, though, for how old this disc is. But this, my friends, looks fucking amazing. I don't know if there's going to be a U.S. release anytime soon. This is an import from Cape Light, and I love this card. Everybody take note.
Yes, I got a steelbook like that.
Please do this from now on.
That is all. Yeah, I do like that.
So I'm not losing my goddamn L cards. Fucking sick of it. But this is amazing. I love that. Look at that.
Yeah, that is nice. That's
Slides
great.
right in there. Easy as peasy. I'll never lose that. It's great. And this steelbook looks fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Great, embossed. It looks better than the movie. I mean, the movie looks good, but I mean, it's better than the movie deserves. Let's be real. This fucking movie is not one of Sly's greatest. It's laughably good.
It's a good movie, though. I like it.
It's a good movie, but it is so cheesy.
It is, yeah, it's cheesy bad, but it's good.
It is so fucking schmaltzy cheese that, like, oh my God. I mean, come on. I mean, it's a step away from an after-school fucking special or a Hallmark movie. Let's be real.
He's just trying
And
to
the movie doesn't make any fucking sense at the end of the day.
And how bad, like, the grandpa, like the whole
That's what I mean. Like, the shit that Sly does alone would put him in prison for God knows how fucking long. And then he signs over the rights to the kid anyway, and at the end it's just like, okay, he's just gonna go with him. No, it's yeah. Let's not even get into all that. It doesn't matter. The movie is engaging. It's a guy's movie.
Yeah.
It's a father-son story. In that respect, it's great. People love it. It has surpassed, the time. It has withstood time, is what I'm trying to say. It's still around. It gets a 4K release from Cape Light and probably a modern one here, or a local one before too long, I'm sure. I don't know who owns the rights to it anymore.
I don't know.
Because this has MGM all over it.
You don't understand, like, how many times you've seen this movie where you and your brothers start to try to arm wrestle and then you do the over-the-top thing, like it's actually going to work and pull them over.
Like it works, yeah.
And it doesn't work at all. There's like,
this movie just
lied to me.
It's a movie for real men, says Hank V.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the quotes from the poster for all I
know. He's got that thing in his truck where he just...
Now, this doesn't have... Okay, so the original disc only had like a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
This has what looks like a handful of trailers and I think an audio commentary. Yes. Because I think... No, it didn't have that on it before, I don't think. Oh, no, it's just got the theatrical trailer and what's called a promotional trailer. But it's almost like a short form music video of the Over the Top song, which I think was sang by Sammy Hagar, if I remember right.
No, yeah.
But yeah, you got another bunch of, or the other guy. There's like 2 or 3 songs in the soundtrack that say Over the Top. That's the problem. I don't remember which one it is now. It might have been the other guy, not Sammy Hagar. But yeah, this is another one with a pretty big hit soundtrack that was probably a bigger hit than the movie was. Because famously, the movie cost a lot of money, and the reason it cost a lot of money is because of Sylvester Stallone and his deal with Canon Films, and the amount of money he was making for these movies was insane. Like, I think at that point he was the highest paid actor in the world. So, like, yeah,
yeah. Winner Takes All by Sammy Hagar. Yeah,
there's that one, but then there was the other one too that sang Over the Top, and I think that's the one they have in the
there's
promotion.
Take It Higher by Larry Green.
Yeah, that one I think is the one that might be, because they both say Over the Top.
Eddie Money sings I Will Be Strong. Man, this has got a decent 80s soundtrack.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of why I connected this, even though there's another movie I could have connected this to, but
Yeah, need more testosterone. This movie will do the trick. There you go. Exactly.
But yeah, so even as good as the old Warner Blu-ray looked, the improvement overall was noticeable.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I gotta get that. Well, I might wait till
I
it's here in America.
don't know if it's still available or not. It wasn't as expensive as I expected it to be.
I have to keep checking Diabolic or Orbit if they ever find like back in the back where they've never sold them or something.
Well, Amazon has it right now, but it's like $65.
Mm,
I did not pay that much for it.
yeah.
It
Amazon
says
gets
that
you.
the Blu-ray might be region locked too. I'm trying to remember. Did I even bother playing the Blu-ray?
Yeah. No.
I don't think I did. I don't remember.
Isn't
It might be.
Isn't that the same company that released Bloodsport on 4K?
I think so.
Or am I thinking of something else?
I don't
It
know.
might
Cape
be.
Light's been doing a few. I got a few Cape Light ones.
Yeah.
But this one I got the Mississippi one with Gene Hackman.
Oh yeah.
Coast of Mississippi.
Yeah, that goes to Mississippi. Yeah. It's a good movie, man. I know people. It's a fun movie. It's a fun movie to watch. And that way you go to the theaters or to watch a movie, right? Just to have fun.
Yeah.
Right. So
It's a Sylvester Stallone movie.
yeah,
It's a little bit rocky. It's a little bit fuck who knows. It's a little bit of Sly just being, I don't know how to put it. Like he was
Sly.
just at his most, I don't want to say it's ego or egotistical, but yeah, he's at his most masculine and unbelievable and over the top.
Yeah. I love when he gets to the contest in Vegas, or it's just Vegas,
Yeah.
right? If I remember.
Yeah.
It's like all the contestants, and one guy drinks oil.
Yeah.
And then one guy's the guy that played Bane in Batman Forever.
Yeah, they try to make it out like it's a fucking wrestling match and shit.
Like they have these really big personalities, characters.
Yes.
It's almost speaking of like, it's almost like Bloodsport with the kinds of people that he goes against.
Kind of. Yeah, it has a very, yeah, it's a strange foray into sports. Like, I mean, it's really loose. Like, how can you make a movie about arm wrestling?
Yeah.
Well, Sly figured it out, I guess. And he managed to make it entertaining that it's lived on this long and is one of those movies that your dad loves. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, my dad, I love it. We all loved it around here. So I'm trying to think, wasn't one of them actually a wrestler? Yeah, Terry Funk. That's all right. Terry Funk was one of the arm wrestlers who was a wrestler. He was an actual wrestler. Because when you mentioned that, I was thinking, wasn't one of them actually a wrestler? Yeah. And Robert Loggia. That's who it was. Robert Loggia plays the grandpa.
Yeah, he's just so over the top as well.
Yeah.
With his performance. Like,
she was my daughter.
And the mother barely gets any screen time. Like, yeah, I forgot. I thought she was already dead in the beginning. I'm like, oh yeah, she dies in the movie. Like, I forgot because she doesn't even show up the first time till what, like, I don't know, 20 some minutes in the movie. But they do mention her. And then she's got 2 scenes, I think, in the whole fucking movie, maybe 3, and her funeral. Like, yeah, it's like, and then it's not a bad movie. It's very watchable. It's a very watchable, consumable film. It doesn't expect you to think too much. It's a very lazy Sunday afternoon kind of movie. or a movie you watch with your old man kind of thing, you know, that, you know, is not going to cause any real stir. Like if you can't quite figure out what to watch and your dad's not being very decisive and you're like, let's just watch Over the Top. Kind of like Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Just one of those guy movies that you can just throw in,
yeah.
or Caddyshack for that matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's true. That's a damn good movie. You guys are like, your picks outside of Rookies are way better than mine.
I just had a good week in the mail, and I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks, so I figured I better make it a good show.
I wish I would have brought out some better movies for your last show before it all, but these are the ones I got. Well, just the ones I watched.
I got 3 left, so I don't know if I want to keep going or it's probably
2.
time to move on.
I got 2, and then
I
know
2.
You got 2, and how many you got, Rook?
He got 1.
You know, basically
I'll do one more then, since I have one that specifically connects to it.
Okay.
Because
now
you
this
were right
is
the first time.
Yeah, this is because
crime is a disease, and I'm the cure.
Cobra. Marion Cobra.
No, I don't like this movie as much as everybody else does.
Oh,
classic Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Oh my god!
Did you just? I think he's just pissing you off now.
That one's on purpose. That was on purpose.
I could tell. I'm not that stupid. No, I mean it's a fun movie though. It's really short, which helps. Another 87-minute movie.
You gotta love those old 87.
Huge improvement over the old Shit Factory disc, and everything's carried over from there.
Well, that's good
at least from what I could tell. And you even get the TV version of the movie amongst other cool things added to this.
Like
as usual, Arrow goes all out. I got this on the Arrow sale, so I got it for a good price.
And that's good till September 14th, people. So.
Yeah, and it looks really good and sounds good too. You got a few choices here. You can go with the original stereo or 4.0 mix or the new 5.1 mix. Let's see, was there anything else to say about it other than it's a fun film. I understand why people like it. It's not one of my more favorite Sly films. I find it
neither is mine. Yeah,
it's a little bit more thin.
I'm surprised.
Well, here's the thing. Kind of like with Over the Top, this is kind of him going that step too far. Yeah, like it's almost kind of like his Last Action Hero. Mm-hmm. Like if it was meant to be more satirical, I wish he'd have just made it more satirical. Because he comes off like a satirical parody of himself. And it's like, are you being serious now, Sly, or is this supposed to be a joke? Because he is a Gary Stu in this. Right? Like he literally has bullets bouncing off him at some points. Like, I mean, he's untouchable. Every scene is built in a way to where it's like, oh God, here comes Cobra. You know, like, and you know, it does have a decent plot, don't get me wrong, but I mean, there's something about it that I watched it again. I've seen it, I don't know how many million times, that I get why people like it, but I don't think it's as good as everybody makes it out to be. I feel like it's one of Sly's overrated films, unless I'm just not getting the joke. And that could very well be.
Wasn't Cobra a flop? I think was it a flop?
I don't think it flopped. I think it did pretty well. It
did pretty well.
But the other thing is that it has, and I can't deny the movie because it has such a close relationship to one of my favorites, of course, and I'm sure Rook and Runner are aware of this, but it was originally it was all the stuff that Sylvester Stallone came up with for Beverly Hills Cop.
I remember that.
That he took with him when he left that project, and they just reverted it back to the comedy. Which just makes me wonder, is it meant to be funny still? Because it's like, clearly, like, Sly, I think, still was meaning to make a comedy, like an over-the-top comedy about this super cop, right? Because that's kind of what this movie comes off as. Like, he's almost like the character Sly, you know, you joked, Rookie, about Sylvester, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it's almost like he's playing the character that Arnold Schwarzenegger plays in Last Action Hero, but earnestly. In a weird way. Like, I don't even know how to put it. But yeah, it's I hate to call it subpar, Tyrell, because it's all the components are there. And it's not like it's a cheap movie. It has a great cast. It's got a decent story you can follow. Sly, as always, is just, you know, he's charismatic and he's watchable. And I love Sylvester Stallone. He's one of my greatest favorite actors. And I think he's one of the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But in this movie, I'm like, is this this time I'm watching it specifically as I'm getting along going, is this supposed to be a joke? Am I supposed to be laughing along with this and I'm not getting the joke? Like Ford Fairlane clearly knows what it is.
Yes.
And I'm like, is this trying to do something like that and just not hitting that mark?
I was literally just thinking about Ford Fairlane when you were talking about Cobra, because I was thinking about like Cobra's a little bit like Ford Fairlane. So it is.
It's totally a little unbalanced. Like I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, is it supposed to be a joke or is it supposed to be serious? Because like the cult shit is kind of serious and a little scary, but then all the stuff with Sly is so wink, wink, nudge, nudge that I'm kind of going like, is he making fun of like the Lethal Weapon type movies and the shit that he does, or is it? But then it can't be because it's before Lethal Weapon. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like the cop movies that were out at that time with the Dirty Harrys and the, basically what Last Action Hero was making fun of. But again, like I said, I think Last Action Hero was just a little too early.
Yeah.
I mean, had Last Action Hero come out 2-3 years later, I think it would have been a huge fucking hit, especially after Speed and like the third Die Hard movie. Yeah. I think people would have finally got the joke with Last Action Hero. And that's what I feel like I'm kind of seeing here with this movie, but I could be wrong. But again, I don't want to give it a bad rating because of that, because it's not one I want to revisit that often for some reason. And everybody seems to love it, and they love the soundtrack, and they love everything about it. And I don't know what else to say. I wish I could praise it as much as everybody does, but I'm thinking maybe I'm just missing the joke somewhere.
Maybe, because like maybe somewhere along the way, because like it was supposed to be like you said, Beverly Hills Cop, and maybe somewhere along the way it got lost in translation. You know, maybe he couldn't decide whether he wanted to be a comedy or not be a comedy, and he kind of just, I don't know. You're right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Tom. You're not wrong.
Well, even his partner has all like these weird comedy bits.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to, because like I'm like, this has like 3 different kinds of comedy it's throwing at you. And I can see elements of where, okay, that was clearly something intended for Jenny Summers' character. That was clearly something intended for Judge Reinhold's character. Like clearly his partner is taking over the Judge Reinhold role here, right? As the goofy sidekick. And I don't know if he just amalgamized Taggart and him or what, because that's the thing most people don't know is that the entire cast that was in Beverly Hills Cop, that was the cast that was meant for his movie, for Sly's movie. Mm-hmm. They didn't have time to recast the movie.
Right.
In fact, that's what the actress that plays Ginny Summers always bitches about is her hair. She's like, had we known this was going to be an Eddie Murphy movie, I wouldn't have got stuck with that hair. And if you notice, Brigitte Nielsen has a very similar hairstyle. Right. Mm-hmm. It's very kind of a truncated kind of idea of what happens in Beverly Hills Cop. Not exactly, but it has similar kind of, it's different enough to where nobody could go, oh, those are the same movie. Mm-hmm. But I can see the fingerprints knowing that. And like, I can see where it's like, okay, that was something that was meant for that. And that was clearly twisted and changed that way. And that's clearly supposed to be Jenny Summers. Because when he was in Beverly Hills Cop, him and Jenny got together at the end too. Mm-hmm. That's the other thing, like him and Brigitte Nielsen do in the movie.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. And that's the other thing with this movie. It's like, there's so many times where it's just like, shit just happens. And kind of like with Over the Top. And it's just like, all of a sudden, like in the beginning, Over the Top, the kid hates his fucking father, doesn't want to give him the time of the day. Dad goes into a cafe, bar / whatever the fuck it is. Bar and grill, maybe. I don't know what the hell it's supposed to be. But then he fucking wins in this fucking arm wrestling match. And then the kid's all of a sudden enamored with his dad. And then he's pissed at him again. And then he's enamored with him. And then he's pissed at him again.
Sounds like a normal kid.
It's kind of the same thing here with Brigitte Nielsen. All of a sudden, she's just thrusting herself onto Sly for no good fucking reason. And he's not resisting or questioning it at all. And he's even starting to act like they have something going even before they got something going. And it's just like, I don't know. There's just certain elements of the movie I'm scratching my head going, God, why did I ever love this? Or how does anybody ever love this? Like, it's just so weird. It's not even a movie in some places, but it is. It's just, and this one you can really feel the, like, it's something else turned into something else. Like, if that makes sense.
Right. I haven't seen it in a while, so, but It is what it is.
It's Sly being the most Sly he can be.
Yeah, you know
Like-
he had like the moments.
Well, the whole character is built obviously between the car and the whole idea of how the character looks and the name, because that was his whole thing with the Beverly Hills Copies. He's like, I want to change Axel Foley to Axel Cobretti so he can be called the Motor City Cobra.
Right. And then he changed his name to Marion Cobra.
Marion, which is a joke too. Like, I get it. It's supposed to be this really girly kind of sounding name, Mary, you know, if you shorten it, on this uber tough guy. And then when she says it to him in the movie, the joke is you think he's going to turn around and get all upset about it. But in fact, he's like, great name or something like that. I don't remember the exact line, but he says something like that too. But it's a nice name, isn't it? Or something like that. And they just drive off. Well, yeah, I get the joke. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Am I not getting the whole joke maybe? Like, is there something I'm missing? If somebody wants to come and explain it to me at some point, great. But that's all I have to really say about Cobra. I can recommend the disc, though. I'm sure those who love the film will be more than happy with what they get in this package. Arrow does their best, so yeah.
They did great. And you can get it 50% off right now on Barnes & Noble.
I think it's still going. I'm not sure how long, but yeah.
Yeah, I think September 14th when it ends. Oh yeah, John Wayne's real name was Marion. Oh, okay, I get you.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right, well, I don't have I don't have another action movie or anything. I have another sex comedy for you guys. So,
newsflash: Greg is horny.
No, I was actually this one I watched because it's from the director of Barbarian and Weapons. I bring you Miss March from Zach Krager and the Whitest Kids You Know. Yes, he directed it. Him and Trevor Moore wrote and directed Miss March. It's their very first movie coming from the sketch comedy show The Whitest Kids You Know.
I have heard of The Whitest Kids You Know. And I knew that he like originated from that, but at least he got a Blu-ray out of that one.
This was from 20th Century Fox before Disney bought it.
Oh God! So and Fox won't even release.
This will probably be the only Blu-ray you'll ever get of this movie, because we seen that they won't release the Barbarian movie, and that made them a shit ton of money.
So, I know, which is crazy.
But I think that's because actually Fox made that movie before Disney made it, before Disney bought them. I think it was a Fox movie, and then they had to release it.
You know what sucks about them not releasing Barbarian is they released a movie that came out around the same time, or I think it was like a month apart or whatever, and they gave that a fucking 4K release and it bombed.
Yeah, well, that was probably the Disney movie.
I don't know. Maybe it'll get a release because it's about a woman empowering herself through sex work, isn't it?
What are we talking about here? What, Miss March? No.
Miss March, yeah, no, okay.
No, this movie was a flop at the box office. It was deemed very racist and misogynistic, everything that people hate. Disney would not release this movie at all, especially with what it's about, which I never even got to what it's about because Runner always sidetracks and starts talking about other fucking movies before I get a chance to talk about the movie. Sorry, Runner, I didn't mean to throw you under the bus like that.
That's fine.
But yes, it is from Zach Krager. No, what the plot of this movie is, this was considered one of the worst movies. And I remember when I first watched it, I didn't like it at first, but then I rewatched it this time and I kind of liked it. The plot of this movie is there's this young man played by Zach Krager himself, and his best friend played by Trevor Moore, which was his best friend in real life, who sadly passed away, which he might have been murdered by the government, to be honest with you. And that's real life. But they're these lifelong best friends. They're in high school. Zach Krager's character is like the straight man. He's dating this girl, the girl that would become Miss March. They're abstinence teachers. They go around to elementary school kids and teach them about abstinence and everything. And then on prom night, they decide that these two, Zach Krager's character and his girlfriend, are going to finally have sex for the first time. Meanwhile, his friend Trevor Moore is real big into Playboy. right? Ever since they found a Playboy when they were young kids, he has a subscription. He's obsessed with Hugh Hefner. It's his idol. He's always trying to get laid with girls. He's that, the comedic guy. He gets him drunk before he was supposed to go up and have sex, and he gets his friend drunk, and friend ends up walking down out the wrong door, gets knocked out, falls down steps, get hit upset, goes into a coma for 4 years. So he wakes up 4 years later. His girlfriend is now Miss March Playboy, and he's been left all alone in his hospital with his best friend. That's it. His dad left him. His mom died. His girlfriend went off and became a Playboy playmate. And so like him and his friend decide to go to the Playboy mansion and confront her and ask why she left him and everything. So it's like a road trip between these two guys. What's his name is in this movie too. What is that guy's name? Craig Robinson, who plays Horstick.mpeg. That's his name, Horstick.mpeg. He's a rapper.
Like the kind of character he would play.
He's a rapper who just happened to be friends with them, and he tries to, and hilarity, Susan. What I was going to bring this on earlier when Tom was talking about the Caddyshack and everything. They came like I was saying, they came from a sketch group called The Whitest Kids You Know. So like this movie is just basically like a series of sketches with these two connecting one story. Right. So like they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know how to make a movie. This was the first movie they ever made. They were given like, I think $10 million maybe to make this movie. And so this was their first attempt. And they even hate this movie. They hated this movie. Trevor Moore actually came around to liking the movie before he died because it's one of those movies where it got to the point where dude, this movie's so bad, you got to see this movie. Like Tom was talking about earlier, right? So like so that's like the plot of the movie, and like it's like there's a lot of dick and fart jokes. There's boobs in the movie, stuff like that, but it does have like sort of a heart in the movie. And like one of the funniest things in this movie is like Trevor Moore's character, who plays the guy who loves like Hugh Hefner and everything. He has a girlfriend with I can't even say it. How do you say that word? Epilepsy, right? He has a girlfriend with epilepsy, and he gets her back to his house. He makes her dance on the stripper pole. She starts giving him a BJ, and he turns on a strobe light. And she starts having a seizure, and she chomps down on his dick, and he can't get her off. So he grabs a fork and stabs her in the fucking face like 5 times to get her off. It's hilarious how the scene plays out. And so like he's running from firefighters because her brother is a firefighter, and it's like they're coming after him. So like they're being chased by firefighters and all these people, sort of like like those old school like Saturday Night Live type movies like that in the past. But it's like at that time, I know I'm the only one who's seen this. I'm probably the only one laughing at this. Nobody else knows what I'm talking about. But like I don't
vaguely remember it, and I think it's because of the scene you just explained. But yeah.
I mean, I remember when I first saw it, I did not like the movie when I first saw it. But I'm watching it this time, and I'm just like I'm laughing and I'm just having fun with it. And you can see where there was talent. You know what I mean? You can see that these two guys were going to go somewhere. They just were inexperienced at this moment in time and made this movie they thought was thought was going to be a good movie, and it turned out to not be a good movie. And like even at one point, I could trust me. I know why I flopped. At one point they even had Robert Wagner played Hugh Hefner, and when they did the test audience, people weren't connecting with it because everybody knows who Hugh Hefner is. So like they called up Hugh Hefner, and like Hugh Hefner was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." So like you can tell his scene is reshot into the movie now that you know that, because like you clearly tell they wouldn't reshot in and just put his where Robert Wagner was supposed to be. But yeah, that's just I just had a hankering to watch this because I was wanting to watch Weapons, and I haven't had a chance to watch Weapons yet. And so I thought I haven't seen Miss March in a while. I'll give it another shot. So I pulled it off the shelf, and yeah. What's funny about this, though, what's funny about the case is you actually get to see more of the woman that plays Miss March here, the girlfriend here, than you do in the movie. She doesn't show anything in the movie really at all. So it's like that's the most you see of her in the movie is on the DVD Blu-ray artwork here. You don't really see anything of her in the movie at all outside of her being in normal clothes. But anyways, there you guys have it. And the last pick is not going to get much better that I have. But yeah, there you guys have it. And there you go, have it. That's all I have to say. So, but hey, Weapons is doing great, and he actually wrote that movie. Zach Krieger actually wrote that movie as a way to deal with his grief over losing his best friend Trevor Moore. So,
I think the film even released around close to when he died as well.
on his yeah.
So, yeah, no, it all kind of makes sense because I remember. Well, I didn't know who Zach Krieger was until Barbarian.
I've known for years.
Yeah, I know. And then when Weapons was coming out, that's when people were talking about his comedy thing. And I'm like, oh. It's like I remember seeing that logo, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't like familiar with him. I just knew him for the horror stuff. But then I heard about, what happened to Trevor, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's why he's started making horror movies.
You never know. I mean,
I think because I was gonna say like he's another one of those guys that started in comedy and went, graveled his way into horror. I think kind of like Peel, but I think Krieger's a little bit better. But
I guarantee he's better. I haven't seen the Weapons, but I guarantee he's better because anybody's got to be better than horror. Jordan Peele at horror. He should have just stuck with comedy. His horror movies suck.
Oh, Get Out, I didn't mind. I thought that was fine.
Oh, Get Out is horrible.
Us is even worse. Have you seen that?
I have no interest in seeing it anymore after that. So.
Get Out, I thought was decent for what it was. Us, I did not like. So,
I'd just rather see Jordan Peele do another Gremlin sketch.
Well, yes, he is better when it comes to the comedy for sure. But yeah, like Barbarian, Weapons, both great movies. Both really good horror movies. I think Weapons is a little bit better.
I just wonder, because clearly Zach Krieger is the writer director guy of this comedy group.
Yeah.
I just wonder what would happen with Trevor Moore because Trevor Moore was freaking hilarious, and he did a lot of sketches and said a lot of stuff online about the government and stuff, and so that's why there's like conspiracy theories around his death. So yeah. Anyway, but he was hilarious. It'd be interesting to know where he would be at today with Zach Krieger and everything, or if Zach Krieger would still even be doing horror. They would, who knows, they might be making comedy movies now. You never know.
I was gonna say, I don't know.
I know that's, like I said, I wish I had much more. I wish I had an Over the Top. I wish I had a Cobra. I wish I had something good to talk about. It's just, these were the movies that fell on me this week that I got in the mood to watch.
Man, I wish Barbarian had a Blu-ray. Maybe I could bring that on to segue it,
Maybe if it ever did, I'd actually watch it. So,
yeah, exactly.
But no, I had a hanker. That one I actually enjoyed. The first movie, Private Lessons, I didn't really enjoy. This one, Miss March, I actually enjoyed because when I was watching it, I don't know. Something about it this time around, I was watching because after knowing that they didn't like the movie and everything and how they've come around to sort of accepting the movie, and as I was watching, I was like, yeah, okay, I could get it. Yeah, this wouldn't work. This wasn't funny, but this was really funny. This was cool. And I mean, Hugh Hefner's passed away now, and there was a time when the Playboy Mansion and the party and the Playboy was a huge thing amongst so many people. You know what I mean? There's people who had subscriptions to Playboy and stuff like that. I mean, it's a different time and a different era, and it's just to see how much things have changed as well. It was kind of just interesting, and I kind of enjoyed it this time around. That's just where I was at with that movie. So yeah. No, they haven't. And Disney, and according to Zach Krieger, they have no interest in releasing it at this time. So,
yeah, no, which is a damn shame. It makes no sense.
But anyways, to you, Runner, if you want to go ahead and do a pick, I'm a barrel of fun tonight, guys. Everybody's got better conversation than me. So, what do you got for us, Runner?
I know I've brought this one on before. I think
again, yours is.
No, I haven't brought this one on in a while though. It's been quite a bit, but I watched this one on 70 millimeter as well. Didn't even know this had a 70 millimeter print, but it does. Backdraft
Yeah.
with Kurt Russell, William Baldwin, Robert De Niro, Donald Sutherland's in this too. It's got a good cast.
Yeah.
And it's about fighting fires in Chicago.
Your hometown.
Yes. Which is kind of cool. That's probably why they played it in the theater. But yeah, this is a fun movie. Ron Howard directed it. And you know, like the person like presenting the movie, like we're talking about like, you know, some of the problems that they originally had with like the visual effects. Yeah, it's good 4K. And you know, 70 millimeter print's also really cool. I don't know if this might be from the print, but I don't know. But they said that some of the fire effects, like they were having a hard time like working on them, but eventually like they made it work and all that. Because I think ILM was what they were working with at the time to make this. But yeah, it's a fun movie. Have you seen this one, Ruck? I feel like this is a rookie type movie.
Guarantee you haven't.
Nope.
Okay.
Told you.
You might enjoy this one.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, come on, guys, we got some dead air. Come on, let's liven up the conversation.
Well, so when I say possibly, I assume Runner's going to go, oh, well, here's another few reasons why you might like it. You know, like try and sell me on it a little more. You know.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's literally like, so beginning of the story, you have Billy Baldwin's character who in the very beginning is like this little boy who goes with his father to, there's this fire happening in this building and the father sadly dies from the fire because there was a gas explosion that happens. So he, you know, decades go by, he becomes a firefighter, or he's like a rookie, quote unquote. And he's kind of trying to get into the fire department scene, but Kurt Russell, who plays his brother, you know, he's kind of tough on him and all that sort of stuff. He's like more of the expert because he's older and all that shit. And yeah, you know, just trying to put out fires and stuff. And a lot of the like the cinematography that they pull off, like in the sets and all that stuff where the fires are happening, it's like it's really fucking cool. Like, and there's a lot of like tension, especially like the third act where they actually fight the bad guy, who I don't want to spoil who it is because that would give it away, but those who've seen the movie know, kind of has an idea. Like they eventually find out like who's causing all these problems happening around, you know, the city of Chicago and why these fires are happening and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. That's cool.
But it's like it's firefighting and it's made like it's a popcorn flick.
There's a Baldwin in it. It's directed by Ron Howard.
Yeah.
Clint Howard's in it. I got high with him in Vegas.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna say I did say that Ron Howard directed it. But that's cool.
Runner has a way of describing movies outside of no one else.
Yeah, I'm not the best. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I got a little high watching this the when I was watching in 70 millimeters, so that's probably why.
You young kids smoking and drinking and doing dope. What's wrong with you?
You know, sometimes it just calls your name, man. Sometimes
I'm probably the only one here on the panel that's never done any of that.
What? You've never tried it?
Nope.
Oh wow.
He's Mormon.
I don't smoke. I've never smoked weed ever. I drink a beer every once in a while. Is the most I've ever done. I've never ever even been drunk.
That's kind of fucking insane.
I'm a good person.
Oh yeah, I've been drunk, but I have not been high. But I used to look like a guy who would get high, especially when I had long hair. I looked like a stoner when I was younger, but I have not smoked weed either. That's just more out of lack of interest based on when I see people like looking lazy. I'm just like, it doesn't seem that exciting, so I don't really care. And then I did have edibles with Justin Proper, and that was not a fun experience. So
oh god,
yeah,
I remember having edibles with ETEP once.
I tell you,
that was an experience.
My older brother is a pothead. My younger brother is a pothead. A lot of my uncles were potheads. I've just never tried it, but I had one of the great. I loved my uncle Calvin. May he rest in peace. He used to do it all the time. And one day, me and my brother broke our doorknob, and it fell off to the house to get in the house. We just put it back on, and he was so stoned one day. My uncle Calvin, he came in and he grabbed the doorknob and it fell right off, and he just started freaking out. And we just looked at him. We said, "What'd you do?" Because we had just watched Tommy Boy. We're like, "What'd you do?" And he started freaking losing it. It was all. I felt so bad. He was so stoned and so high, had no fucking clue what's going on. I love my uncle Calvin. May he rest in peace.
That's crazy. I feel like that would be me if I was like crossed though. You know, you're just a good mix of like consuming weed and you're drinking a lot of alcohol. I mean, that's a whole other fucking experience though.
Yeah, I've never felt the urge to do it.
But actually, I'm
not a good smoker. I don't want to do that, and I don't mind beer every once in a while.
But lesson learned, chat. You will be like, if you don't smoke or drink, you're a good person.
I was just saying it to make you mad, but I know people that do that all the time. I have nothing against it at all.
Okay,
I'm not against it at all.
I had a feeling you were kind of.
I just told you my uncle was a pothead, and we used to pick on him for being a pothead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say because before you said that, you're like, I don't do that stuff. I'm a good person. I'm like, what the fuck's that supposed to mean? But I saw this movie and Once Upon a Time in 70mm the same day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was more high watching Once Upon a Time, which was the right movie to get high on. Not so much this one, but
I actually
you're watching the movie going, is this theater on fire, man? Should we run?
No, I was sobering up at that point. Well,
I can hear the flames surrounding me, man.
Is it getting hot
There's
here?
the surround sound.
Oh, actually, no. I had an IPA when I watched this.
Is that smoke rolling out from the door?
That's my doobie.
It's a backdraft.
No, man. I was just chilling. I was just like this whole time, just chilling, watching cinema. That's what I was doing. That's all.
Cinema.
Yeah.
Now I kind of want to get a Dare shirt now. I actually do have a shirt that says Scare that you can buy on my
Dare is the reason I do drugs.
I got a really great Dare shirt. It's called Scare because keep watching horror movies, so you can get that. If
Don't tell me what to fucking do.
Only you can prevent forest fires. Oh yeah,
you think so?
Watch it.
Watch me.
All right, what are we going to? What are we doing? We've almost gotten 3 hours and we have talked about nothing. So
I got 2 more left.
I got one.
I got one more too.
Rook?
I got nothing really, so I'll just
Yeah,
I
we
got
knew
more.
that, but
I got
mean,
more
do you have any
gag. I got more
movies?
gag ones I could do, but not any legit. So
No.
Yeah.
No.
Why do we even invite you on?
because I'm
We
funny.
need a seat filler.
I am the clown. I shall dance.
Send in the clowns.
The chat loves me. They might not like everything I say, but they definitely love me. I can tell when they say, "Oh God, Rook, shut up." I'm like, I know, I love you too.
I had somebody quit watching the show because of you.
I remember that. I know that was funny. He's like, I cannot. But I was like trying. I was bringing on some good stuff back then too.
That was
though,
like
so
Tommy Lee Jones
crazy.
going, I cannot condone your buffoonery.
I was like,
No
I'm
longer watch this
enhancing the
show.
conversation.
You're going to make me
I
cry.
wasn't as much of a goofball or had hot takes at that time. He left before the hot takes. I was way before
Wish
the
I
hot
had an
takes.
neuralizer right now.
Who do you
And I
want?
wouldn't use it on him. I'd use it on myself.
This guy couldn't even stand your face, Rookie. So like,
Can't stand your
Well,
face.
that's fine.
Your voice is twice as bad.
I do my best.
This isn't my next movie. Isn't Tommy Lee Jones, but it's close.
What do you got?
Giles Brunson in The Mechanic, and he spends the movie fixing cars. That's about it.
Is there commentary?
There's some.
Oh my fucking god! No, maybe I don't know. Let me look. No.
Well,
Yes, there is audio commentary with cinematographer Richard H. Klein, narrated by Nick Redman, and a theatrical trailer, and also an audio commentary with author Paul Talbot, who wrote Bronson's Loose Book series, and a brand new interview with that said writer from a 2K scan of the Inner Positive. Now, I wish
is
I
the
could
Mighty
say I
Ducks
loved
guy in it?
Is Mighty Ducks guy in it? No.
No.
He's
Okay.
not in
For
it.
his time.
It has John Michael Vincent, Keenan Wynn, and Jill Ireland in it, though,
Oh no.
along with
Those are
Charlie.
names of humans.
Now, of course, this movie was remade years later by Jason Statham. I have not seen that movie, so I can't speak to that.
And it even got a sequel.
It did.
Mm-hmm. The Jason Statham one, that is Rook.
Now, I'm not sure if I really liked this movie or not.
Really? I've never seen the original.
Now, there's a potential for 2 other gangster kind of killer movies here, but I'm not going to get into all that. What is here, though, it's good, but it suffers from a lot of early 70s isms and late stuff that was coming in from the late 60s into the early 70s. Like, there was actually a time when the guys that were making movies they gave the audience a little too much credit.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you need to kind of let the audience keep up with you a little bit. So this movie doesn't do a very good job of explaining anything or showing you things that it kind of needs to show you. In some parts are kind of confusing. But once you kind of figure it out by the ending, it's fine. But to me, the ending's kind of a downer, so it has one of those 70s downer endings. And that to me is the thing that kind of kills it the most. I mean, is it the worst of 70 downers endings? Is it like Thunderbolt and Lightfoot? No. But it is a bit of a downer ending. But the story overall is kind of interesting, but it feels like there's a much better movie here than what we got. It's about a hitman who's so good at his job, he makes every hit look like an accident. And he's hitting middle-aged, and he's lonely, so he takes on a protege, and that kind of sets up the whole idea. But the catch is the guy that is his protege is one of his most recent Marx's son. So he just killed the guy's father.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the thing dangling in the background. So it's all right movie. I feel like there's a much better story here that could be told, though.
Yeah. Well, according to Steven, Bronson's version is decent. Statham's version is fine, but its sequel is boring.
I've heard that the sequel's horrible, yeah.
Yeah. Jessica Alba's in the sequel.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll just watch the sequel then.
I knew you were gonna say that.
And I don't even know what the remake takes from the original, so like I said, I can't comment on it.
I've never seen it, so. All right, well.
Because somebody said something to me about the only thing that the remake takes is the same, is that he's he's a killer and hitman, and that he takes on a protege is basically the only thing. I don't even know if he does the same technique as far as, you know, killing people by making it look like an accident.
Right. I couldn't tell you. I just remember the sequel had. That's all I remember. It's Jessica Alba, and I remembered the protege from the trailers. If I remember, the protege from the remake is Ben Foster, the actor.
Yeah,
Ben
I don't know. I've never actually seen it, so and I don't even really. I remember it came out, but I don't even remember trailers and shit for it. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
There's some bits here, like I feel like if they had cut out or truncated or done differently in the movie itself as is, that might have helped the film. Like, for example, before Charles Bronson takes this kid on as a protege, they're at this party together after his father's funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid is invited all over his college buddies or whatnot. And he's like a posh, you know, upper class kind of kid. He knew his dad was into the mob and all that kind of shit. So he's just kind of acting all nonchalant about his dad's death and all this kind of stuff. And he says to Charles Bronson, after they kind of had a little chit chat back and forth and all that, you know, you want to come with me? I got to go deal with this friend of mine. He's like, sure, why not? I got nothing better to do, you know, kind of thing. And so he goes over to this girl's house that is this girl that this kid had been dating or something. And she's like doing this whole like spiel about Minecrafting herself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And she even goes through the whole thing, and like the whole scene is like just it drags on and on and on and on.
That's the 70-isms in it.
Well, and the whole point of the scene is to show Charles Bronson that this kid has zero fucks to give about killing, because he was about to just watch, like, not, I mean, it is kind of minor spoilers, but he was about to watch this chick that he was either dating or whatever just die.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because the whole thing's like, she's like, I'm going to do it. And she does it. She cuts herself, and then she's sitting there, and the kid already kind of has an idea what Charlie Bronson does. So he's kind of, this scene is also kind of the kid testing him at the same time. I'm not saying that the scene doesn't accomplish things, but it's just 10 minutes too long, and it doesn't need to be in the movie. There's other ways you could accomplish this that it could have worked out. Like, the kid just could have been bored with his life and knows already what Charles Bronson does. It just keeps egging him on and bugging him. And then Charles Bronson's like, oh, you think it's easy to kill somebody? Well, let's see. And then you can just kind of do a scene like they did in The Professional, where instead of paintball bullets, though, it's just him killing random people. Mm-hmm. Right? He's like, okay, I want you to hit the lady in the purple vest, you know, or something like that. You know what I mean? Right. And see if he can just kill these random people without having a thought or a care about it in the world. Because that's kind of the whole point of the movie, is that Charles Bronson's character is kind of a shell of a person because he has no life, right? Like the fact that he took on this role as the mechanic or a fixer or whatever you want to call it, a hitman,
mm-hmm.
has put him in a position where he cannot have any attachments. Oh, we lost Rook. He doesn't give a shit. Yeah, he had to run or something. He's messaging in the chat right now.
Oh.
So like the scene just goes on. Like, me explaining it to you is so difficult, right? Like, and I was thinking this because we watched this movie because it's the Toxic Tuesday movie this week, and Red Shirt was trying to explain all this shit to me, and I'm just sitting here thinking, the fact that it's taking you 20 minutes to explain this fucking scene is what's wrong with this scene. And why it shouldn't be in the movie. And you could sum all this shit up real quickly in other ways, in a way that doesn't just drag the movie down for 10 fucking minutes. Because the movie's not that long, but it's like 10 minutes too long. And it's like that 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, it's there's other little things you could have kind of buttoned up here and there throughout the film. It is a very slow moving 70s kind of picture. And you know I don't have a problem with that. Yeah. But I'm just sitting here going off with the scene, and I'm waiting for it to come back and mean anything later on, and it really doesn't. And I'm going, so that scene really didn't serve much of a purpose other than the two things I just said. Because like I said, then because he turns to Charlie and he goes, so how long does he think it's going to take? And he goes, well, what do you weigh? And the girl goes like 110 or whatever. And he goes, you know, how tall are you? And she goes like 5'10" or 5'5" or whatever the hell fuck it is. And he's like, oh, it'll take about an hour and a half. And first you'll get cold, then you get tired. And he explains the whole process, right? Mm-hmm. So clearly this kid's sussing him out, figures out, okay, this guy knows he is what I think he is, right? And at the same time, Charlie's sussing this kid out because this kid has zero emotion through this whole thing. Finally gets to a point where it's down to the last 15 minutes and she's on her, like she's She's white as a ghost, bled all over the place, fucking looking sick as hell, going, I don't want to do it anymore. I changed my mind, because he knew this is what she was going to pull. And he throws his keys at her, and he goes, here, you got about 15 minutes left. You might be able to make it to the police station in time. And they leave. Like, so it's like they never even followed up that if she lived or not, really. And the whole scene, and they talk about it a little bit afterwards, but it's like you could have done this in a much more exciting way that really could have, because this happens like 20, 30 minutes into the movie, and you're like, this is really slowing this movie down at the end of this, at the beginning of this, either the end of this act or the beginning of this act, whichever it was. And it's like, you really needed to get past this, because we know where this is going. This kid wants to do this because he's bored with life. He knows what Charlie's doing. And, you know, so it's like he wants to learn how to do this. Just kind of like The Professional, you know, with Natalie Portman and what's his face, the actor, the guy from Godzilla and shit. Can never remember his damn name.
No,
but
yeah, I know.
You know who I'm talking about. Anyway,
yeah.
So it's a very similar plot to that, only it's a young kid. And then there's the other thing I found out after the fact, because I'm watching the movie going, God, this movie is kind of gay. And I'm like, and I find out after the fact that they had this whole subplot where these two have like a love affair, like a gay love affair, but it's like cut out of the movie. But there's like still slight elements in there of it, like not in the sense that like, oh, it's gay, but like you can kind of tell like they're kind of acting almost like a little jealous lover kind of thing there going on, or what the hell is this about? You know, like, because that's the whole thing. Like I said from the start, it's kind of established that Charlie doesn't have any attachments, right? Like the one of the better scenes, okay, is where he goes to visit this chick, and it's this whole big like fucking spiel. But spoilers, she's a hooker, and the whole spiel is part of the game. And her spiel is like, I've missed you. I don't know if I'll see you again. And I'm so scared when you go off on these jobs and blah 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 blah. And she comes up with all these like gimmicks for the game. And then after it's all said and done, she goes, well, how was it? And he's like, oh, that was a nice touch. And I liked how you did that. And da 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 da. She's like, well, you know, because at first she even goes, it's 100. I suppose it's 100 as usual or whatever. And you think she means days till they see each other again. When then you suddenly realize, oh, she means money, because he starts throwing the $100 bill on her, you know, or the $100 on her dresser and shit. And then they start talking about the whole act. Right. So it's like, oh, she's not even like his girlfriend. She's just a hooker, but she's playing like she's this woman in waiting constantly for him. You know, like, so there's little elements of the movie like I liked and I got, and I'm like, okay, so this is painting this picture of this guy who has no attachments. He's got a shitty life. He's hitting a midlife crisis. He wants this son figure. And that's another thing, is at one point I almost thought that he was going to end up being his son. Like, it almost kind of set up that way until that hooker scene happens. And then you're like, okay, is it not the way it is? And then as the movie goes on, you realize, okay, that's not the case, but makes you wonder, because it has a very Pulp Fiction-esque feeling of it. And I don't mean the movie Pulp Fiction, but I mean the old stories that Pulp Fiction is based on.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for, that kind of twist where it's like, he was his son. He slept with this, you know, colleagues, or, you know, his former boss's wife. You know, I was waiting for that to drop. And that this kid that he's training is his actual kid. Because the kid comes into the scene, and you're like, he doesn't look anything like his dad, but he sure kind of looks like Charles Bronson. If Charles Bronson would have banged some blue-eyed, blonde-haired bimbo. You know what I mean? Like, you're like going, I wonder what his mom looks like, and if they know each other, you know? And like, to me, that's for a whole nother movie that's not here, right? So like, that kind of threw me off for a bit. And that's what I meant from the start, where there's like maybe two other different movies you could have done with similar stories out of this that wasn't this. And this just feels like there's a better movie here that just didn't get made. And I think it's just a product of its time. So I'm really curious to see the Jason Statham movie now, to see how different it is and how they handle it. But yeah, that's all I have to say about The Mechanic. I can recommend it. It's just, it wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be.
Right. I get you.
Jean Reno. Thank you, Stephen.
Jean Reno. Yes, with Leon, the professional. Yes. All right. Well,
The Mechanic.
My movie is not going to be much better.
I got a doozy to finish off with, so don't worry.
I got some shitty movies in it. Okay, so I guess I'll go to me. I have had these sitting on my shelf for a while from Vinegar Syndrome, and I was really hoping to get all three of these watched, but it's called Televised Terror. It's a box set of 3 TV movies that Vinegar Syndrome did. But I ended up watching Calendar Girls Murder, starring Tom Kerritt and
How did I
Sharon
miss this
Stone.
box set?
I don't know. It's been out for a while. This is volume 1. So
I've never even seen that. I don't know how. I mean, and I'm a pretty avid Vinegar Syndrome guy. I don't know how I missed that one. Weird.
I will. Yeah, please stand by. These are TV movies. One's from the 70s, one's from the 80s, one from the 90s. And they're, I'll tell you the other 2 movies. I like this is Elijah Woods right here and Dennis Quaid right here, but they're not in this movie. That's what I'm talking about. I've had this. I'll tell you the other 2 probably next week because I meant to watch all 3 of them and I just did not have time. I watched the Calendar Girls Murders, starring Tom Skerritt and Sharon Stone in one of her very first roles. It's like a giallo type thriller where this killer is killing these girls, these calendar girls, and Tom Skerritt is a homicide detective. And he's a worried weather homicide detective who's tired of his job, and he's assigned to this case of these very attractive girls and trying to figure out who's killing them. And Sharon Stone is like one of the most popular of the girls, and she's Sharon Stone. You get like young Sharon Stone is freaking smoking hot. You totally see where this movie was going and how it got her the job of Down the Lane with what's his name, where she uncrosses her legs. I can't even think of the name of that movie. It's getting late.
Basic Instinct.
Yeah, Basic Instinct. Thank you. But you can totally see that how because you can see that this was like one of the roles. So that's the movie, and like he has a little thing. He's married and has a kid, but he has a little thing with her where they never really quite act on it. She's into him, and clearly he wants something to do with her, but he won't do it because he loves his wife and his kid. This movie, it's very TV movie by the time it gets to the end of the movie. You know what I mean? You know how TV movies are. It's like the way they wrap it up is like very TV movie. It's like, oh, come on. That's like, this movie would probably have been a really, really good psychological thriller if it was put in the theaters. I mean, like you could probably keep all the same cast and get rid of Tom Skerritt because he's the weakest link in this movie. I do not buy him as
That's strange.
I mean, he's pretty good in the movie, but like, if you had like somebody like James Wood or like even Michael Douglas.
No, maybe he was phoning it in because it was a TV movie. He's like,
yeah, he's
I'm embarrassed to be here. God, this sucks.
It kind of feels like he's just sort of phoning it in. And like the most lively he gets is when he's laying on the couch with Sharon Stone and she starts kissing him. Like, I mean, I can't blame him there. So, but like, no, he does feel like he's sort of.
Was this before or after Alien? When did this come out?
This 1984.
Also, yeah, this is. Yeah, he's like a fucking. What the fuck is he doing a TV movie in 1984?
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I mean, I know Tom Kerritt is scary.
Did he have some fucking bill he had to pay? Like, I don't know. Yeah, he must have had a mortgage or something he had to pay on. Like this. That feels like so out of left field for him at that time period. Yeah,
he's a much better actor than he is in this movie.
He still seemed like he would have been bigger at that point. Like, I mean, yeah, you get to the point where he's doing like Poltergeist 3 and shit like that. It's a little bit like he's fallen off a little bit. He's kind of, and then he starts playing like the dad, you know, like,
yeah.
in like random dog movies and shit. Like that's when he's getting to that point. But like at this point, he's still not too far off of Alien. Like, what the fuck is he doing in a TV movie?
He's in it. I mean, he honestly kind of feels like he's slumming it a little bit. And I mean, he's good in the movie, but I feel like if this was given like a theatrical movie, like, you know,
true. I know he did TV, Steven, but like, I think he was like always trying to, because I kind of vaguely remember him constantly trying to get a show going or something like he was one of those guys throughout the 80s. I don't remember any specific ones, but I want to say they had like maybe 1 or 2 short-lived shows that never went anywhere. I feel like he did.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what they were, but like, yeah, like I said, he was prominent and then he fell off, but 84 still seems rather early for him to be doing this.
Well, there are times where this movie feels like it's sort of a backdoor pilot at times. But other times of it is like you're getting into it and it feels like a legit theatrical movie. You know what I mean? This is very much a Vinegar Syndrome. You can tell why Vinegar Syndrome did this because this is a Vinegar Syndrome movie.
Well, I'm glad to see TV movies getting more love because, I mean, outside of the ones that always do. I mean, it's nice to see some of the lesser known ones, even the cheesier ones, especially because I'd love to see ones that, you know, I watched as a kid that I probably enjoyed or thought were fine. But no, probably see him and go, "Oh my god!"
But this is actually a pretty solid movie. I just keep thinking about if you just would have did fleshed it out, made it theatrical. I think it could have been like a really good psychological thriller, like slasher almost type movie. And then maybe James Wood could have maybe done. I don't know. I was just thinking James Wood for some reason. I don't know. But Tom Skerritt's not bad, but there are times when he just feels like he's phoning it in at times. So, but other than that, it's a, you know, like he.
Do you need a guy with more of an edge? Is that the problem? Because Tom Skerritt's not real good at playing. Because I can't even remember a time where he's played a bad guy.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure he has, but I mean, I'm trying to remember that it has been so immemorable that I don't remember it. Because usually he's real good as the nice guy.
Yeah, he's like. I think that's the problem. Is like there's times where he's like wearing a cardigan sweater and he's throwing football with his kid, and then all of a sudden he's got like a 5 o'clock shadow and he's like, I don't want to do this fucking homicide job anymore. Well, he doesn't cuss because it's a TV movie. Like,
yeah, no, but I see what you're saying. Job. Like James Woods is the kind of guy who's likable, but he can have an edge to him.
Yes, or even like a Bruce Willis almost, maybe.
But like, I mean, I'm even thinking about like Poltergeist 3, where Tom Skerritt's like he's also even like he's the nice stepdad. You know what I mean? Like he's just the nice uncle or whatever. Like he's even there, like even though he's supposed to be like he doesn't necessarily, but everybody else hates this kid but him. Like
exactly. I think that was my biggest because I really dig the movie. I did dig the movie, but I thought the ending was kind of lame, to be honest with you, because it's a very TV movie ending. Like you know, like a TV
was it because they were maybe
movie.
Setting it up for a possible backdoor pilot kind of thing?
Maybe, and plus the reveal, I would have changed who the killer was personally. I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but that's fine. It becomes very obvious who it is right off the bat. It's a TV movie. It becomes very obvious, but like, I think that was my biggest problem is like the tonal shift between like, because one moment you have Tom Skerritt and he's like being the good father, the wife, he loves his wife, and then he's supposed to be thrown into this world of like celebrities and girls, you know, models, and the guy that owns the modeling magazine who's sort of like a Hugh Hefner in turn, is played by Robert Culp. And like they're at these fancy parties and he's trying to protect them, and Sharon Stone's hitting on him. She really likes him, and he's like debating whether or not, you know, like he loves his wife and he loves his kid, but this 20-something-year-old fucking smoking hot chick, she's really into me. What do I do here? You know, and it kind of like the tonal shift between. I just don't know if he was the right actor for this role.
I can see where you're coming from without seeing it. I mean,
yeah,
you know, just the way you're explaining it, like I kind of have a feeling where it goes by the end. That yeah, probably. I could see where you're coming from.
Yeah. And so like and then of course he's trying to, like, the models are getting killed and it's not showing who it is. It's very like, I get what they mean by giallo, because that's what it says on the back. It says like a giallo TV movie, like you see it just like the hand in the glove and stabbing the girls or pushing a girl off a balcony as one of them gets killed. And so like it's a very good TV movie from the 80s. Is, you know, it's pretty solid. And that's why I was watching it. So I think like it was making me think it could have been a really good theatrical movie, but it's a pretty damn good TV movie. So I'm interested to get into the other two TV movies I have here. One of them is like a looks like maybe a slasher, and another one it looks like maybe is a weird thing with Elijah Wood as a child and maybe a stalker or something. I don't know. I have to get to them. I was hoping to watch all three of them, but I just did not have time. And luckily they're short. So like they're TV movies. So I don't know if they ever did a volume 2. I'd have to look up. But if you guys want it, it's called Televised Terror. This is volume 1. I don't know if they ever did a volume 2. So, but I am interested to get into the other two movies here. So the 70s one with Dennis Quaid and the 91 with Elijah Wood. So no, but I can recommend it so far. I actually did enjoy this movie. I just kept thinking about, man, it could have been a really, really good, solid theatrical movie. But I mean, sometimes the scripts, you know, as you know, Tom, is like sometimes like John Carpenter wrote a movie for John Wayne and they turned it into a TV movie with Wilford Brimley. So sometimes maybe it was written for the theatrical and it just became a TV
somehow
movie.
It got diabetes.
Somehow it got diabetes. But no, it's not a bad little movie. It's interesting to see Sharon Stone, and you can totally see where she was where she was headed. You could totally see where she was headed, and maybe Tom Skerritt was, I don't know, maybe he was on his way out. Maybe he wasn't as popular anymore.
Yeah, or he needed a car. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe he did. That's not a bad movie though. It's not
you don't have any left, Runner?
He's drunk.
I have one more. I'm not drunk. Fuck off.
Okay, go for it.
Go on, Runner. What do you got?
I think Tom might have seen this one, but I don't know. The Accountant 2.
No, I have not seen part 2. I've seen part 1.
Yes, and I enjoyed it actually.
Yeah, me too. I did enjoy it.
I don't know if I'd say it might even be better than the first one. I don't know.
Very close. It's very close.
I mean, it's been a few months since I saw the first, because I watched the first one in preparation for this a while back, and so I got the 4K. But then, I just watched this like a couple weeks ago when it came out on Amazon Prime.
I watched it when it dropped, once it dropped on Amazon Prime. But
Rookie was taking a shit.
Rookie,
yeah. Thanks for telling everybody. Yes, I was about to say that anyway.
So I'm telling everybody else.
I was going to tell.
My phone fucked up. I don't know what happened. I had to restart my phone, and
I was going to do it a bit
I don't know what the hell's going on. My phone just died. Ignore that noise in the background.
Yeah. Exactly.
Rook, we were just talking about The Accountant 2.
Oh, I just saw the first Accountant actually a couple days ago.
Oh, no way. I was going to ask you if you've seen the first one.
Yeah, I just saw that recently. I honestly saw it when I was really tired, so I need to rewatch half the movie because I fell asleep halfway through, not because the movie's boring, but I was tired and just kind of drifted off.
I wish they do a TV series of this. I know Ben Affleck never would, but I mean, him and John Bernthal, I think would be great. Their camaraderie, their chemistry.
I was going to say,
that's one of the reasons why I think I like the second one better, is because they're together through the whole movie.
Yes, I agree. I don't know if this is just me, but having seen the movie, there's this one scene in a bar, and there's a fight that breaks in, but then they cut it to where you don't see the fight, and they just go on to the next scene, or not next scene, but they leave. You know what I'm talking about?
I appreciate it when movies can do that pretty well. That was a Game of Thrones thing in at least season 1. They'd be like, "Oh, here's a huge battle," and they cut to the end of the battle, and it's like, "Oh, okay, nice." Sometimes that works. Sometimes that works.
It just cuts to the brothers leaving or whatnot, but
sometimes that works.
And it's all right. I was just part of me is man, I'd like a more extended cut where I could actually see the fight happening, because.
Oh, you're saying that as a negative, that they skipped it?
Partially, yes. But that's just
okay.
Me.
I think that sometimes I know what you mean, and I mean, depending on what they have in mind for the scene, I mean, who knows? But sometimes I feel like having a little bit of restraint like that is good, because it'll enhance the other fights that might be in the movie, instead of having an extra fight on top of however many fights there might be in the movie.
Well, most of the fights, if you could even call them fights, are just gunplay and shit.
There's not as much hand to hand, or using the environment around you or something.
Barely. It's these two. It's these two guys right here shooting a bunch of motherfuckers. And this isn't much of a spoiler because they tell you in the
It's Rain Man with guns. How hard is it to explain this fucking movie? It's all it is. But it's cool.
I guess you could explain it that way, but
it's fucking Rain Man with guns.
Tom, who's Rain Man?
Yeah, exactly. He's not gonna know that.
Ben Affleck. You have never seen Rain Man? What the fuck? He's never seen Rain Man.
Are you serious? He has the power to summon rain from the sky. And he identifies as.
Thank you, for the love of fucking God.
Oh God,
I can't believe he doesn't even know what fucking Rain Man is.
I'll just go back to the bathroom now.
Yes, please. No, Rain Man was a movie with Tom fucking Cruise and Dustin Hoffman, and it got nominated for all sorts of Oscars. And it's about a man with autism actually, it's about a guy who finds out after his father dies that he has a brother who's a man with autism. And he goes and he's upset that his father gave all of his inheritance to his older brother. So he kidnaps his older brother and goes cross country with him.
Mhm.
And this
Okay,
the
so this does
dynamic
sound
between these
similar.
two characters is literally Tom Cruise and Rain Man.
I was about to say this
If
does
Rain
sound
Man and
like
Tom
the
Cruise were
accountant.
killers.
Yeah.
You know, I never thought of it like that. Fuck.
They even have the same fucking dad. Practically, like the whole thing with the dad, like it's a whole fucking father issue story, and you know, Bernthal's all jealous of fucking Ben Affleck because he's always been doted on, and say, you know, yet he's his protector. You know, the only difference is that instead of they are estranged in the beginning, but the only difference is that they grew up together. The spoiler of Rain Man, Rook, is that Tom Cruise didn't even know he had a brother until his dad died.
Yeah.
I gotcha. That makes sense.
No, but you need
And
to see
now I
Rain
know.
Man. It's a good fucking movie. I just brought it on like 2-3 weeks ago, but it was probably a week that you weren't on. Maybe it was a month ago or so, but
Yeah, most
it's
likely I missed it.
good
Yeah,
fucking movie, dude. Like
Rain
seriously,
Man-
good movie.
Rain Man's a great movie.
Definitely a good movie. Definitely a good movie.
Definitely.
Definitely.
What's up,
Well, I'm
Brandon?
not wearing
Brad?
any underwear.
Cheers.
But since Rookie's seen, you said half of the first one?
I saw most of it. I think so. I forget what part I was halfway through, but then I woke up around when the brothers were reunited or whatever. When they're after the shootout.
So I will just say
That's basically the climax. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say
I was
this,
watching it, then I fell asleep and woke up at the end.
I was tired. It wasn't that it was boring. I just drifted off for a little bit. And I was like, oh shit.
Okay, so the basically the plot of the sequel is that one of the characters in the first movie gets killed, and Ben Affleck gets called in to investigate the whole thing.
Well, not only does he get killed, doesn't he get framed as well? I'm trying to remember. It's been like a month since I've seen it, but
does he
I think they kind of
get
besmirch his name on top of it all, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm getting it crisscrossed with something else. Because I'm trying to remember if the speed dating scene was in the sequel or the first one.
The speed dating scene was in the sequel.
Okay, that's what okay.
Because it's the scene where he like has a hard time trying to pick a chick out because of his, because of his condition and all that.
I know I like that scene, but that's why I was trying to remember if it was in the first one or the second. See, like that's the thing is I think I like more things about the second one, and the chick in the second one is not as obnoxious.
The second one kind of leads more towards like a little more comedic at parts, whereas the first one's a lot more serious in tone. This one is a lot more action packed and more.
It works.
I mean, yeah, it does work. I do like it.
It catches its stride after the first one, sets all the stuff up, sort of.
First
gets
one's
you
good,
settled
but
in.
I mean, I gotta watch them both again. And Runner might be right that the first one's better, but there was just something about this one. I felt like I was having more fun watching this one than I did the first one.
I didn't say the first one was better. I said, I don't know. Like they're both tonally different, but I like them both for those reasons, if that makes
There's
sense.
a more serious tone in the first film, maybe.
Well, and it plays into a lot of the sequel isms that we love. It's bigger, better. You get more of the characters from the first film you love together.
They're already established for the most part, so you're not spending as much time getting to understand it or something.
I was gonna say, like,
you just jump in.
I'd say the sequel. Tom already said this technically, but like what the sequel does is kind of what I would have liked more from the first one, is just more that brotherly dynamic between Affleck and Bernthal, because I think they're both really good, and you get that a lot more in the
slightly
sequel.
higher stakes. Pretty much everything that a sequel is supposed to have. Yeah.
Is the one chick in the sequel as well, or no?
Yes.
But she's not as obnoxious.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, she was fine.
She came off a bit wokey, girl bossy kind of in the first movie, or Mary Suey, I should say, not so much girl bossy.
I didn't.
She's kind of forgettable to me.
Yeah, everybody else disagrees with me, and I'm fine with that, but I didn't find her as annoying in this one.
I didn't see it. I felt like her character was more or less the same. It was just like whatever. Like she's there. She
wasn't as much of a presence as I would think she might be.
Not really.
I don't remember her doing much. I don't remember her doing much, but again, I fell asleep. So
the thing with her in the first movie is, I feel like she's being handed this fucking basically this career that she didn't earn, and of course she's some like non-white chick, right? Like, so it's hitting every like woke, and I get it. It doesn't feel woke, but it has like that underpinning of woke, especially.
You're talking about the second film?
No, the
No,
first film. And because like I'm like, what in what world did she earn this? And then of course by the end of the movie, the whole point is that J.K. Simmons didn't technically earn it to begin with. So you're like, okay. But it felt so woke to me in a sense, because like you look at the year it came out, 2016, and you're like, you can't tell me.
FBI chick. Okay, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, you can't tell me that this wasn't being set up that way. Like, to me, it was like, okay, fine by the end of the film. And then by the second film, I don't really mind her as much. She just, for some reason, something about her, she didn't cut. And it could have just been the actress. It's the same actress, but, you know, a decade of maturity helps sometimes. I don't know. It just didn't feel like she was as shoved into this one as she was in the first one. Like, because once you get to the second half of the film, she's in it a little bit more in the first one. Like, this one, I'm trying to even remember her being in it outside of delivering the message originally. And I don't remember what she did after that. Like, that's how immemorable she is. See, and that's my other issue, is like, I just feel like she has zero presence as an actress. Like, you would have been better off with J-Lo.
Yeah, I was thinking of Anna Kendrick. I almost forgot about the chick you're talking about.
Anna Kendrick's not in the sequel, though.
Well, that's what I was asking. I asked if she was in the sequel.
No,
I'm talking about the deputy
director
of the whatever thing. Yeah, whatever she is now. So he took over J.K. Simmons' job or whatever, but yeah.
Right, she's retiring.
Right. That's just it. He was just randomly giving it to basically, as I was seeing it, this DEI hire, because it's like, what the fuck did she do to earn this?
Right, like somebody that was fully fresh on the thing, not anybody that was like.
But like I said, it does come back around at the end that J.K. Simmons just kind of inherited it too, right? He was a shitty kind of like green cop when he got it out, and that his whole success he owes to the accountant. So like that in and of itself is like whatever, okay, fine. But I'm not gonna argue with it, anybody with it, to the point where it's like it doesn't kill the movie.
I gotcha.
But the first movie spends so much time setting up this world, and that's the other reason why I think I like the second one better, is that it just thrusts you back into the world.
Yeah, you already got established. Now you're just jumping in for fun, jumping in the pool, ready to go.
Yeah, the second one just kind of feels like, oh, because the fans, you know, wanted a sequel. They liked the first one a lot, to the point where they were able to get a sequel, and it's just kind of like, oh, this is a fun ride to kind of get back into the world and these characters, and I do like it for that reason, for sure. And I think some of the comedic bits do kind of work, because, you know, you get the part in the bar scene, and it's when that one super hot lady comes up to Ben Affleck's character and is like, hey, like, you want to dance or whatever and whatnot, and he's not really super competent in dancing, but John
I like dances with rigid rules, or how does he say it? Yeah, like when he does the line dancing.
Yeah, something like that. And you know, because everyone's wearing like country attire, he's just wearing his fucking sneakers, like running shoes or whatnot, and I'm just like, oh, and I'm not gonna lie, that's what I would probably wear normally. Those are the types of shoes I would normally wear.
No, but it's a sweet bit funny, because it's kind of you seeing like his brother help him kind of get out of his shell, and you know he's clearly wanting to make a connection with somebody. Like that's why he's doing the speed dating thing and all that business. So like yeah, it's just he's having that hard time. I mean, I think that, and being a father of a kid who's autistic, and possibly somebody who's slightly autistic themselves, I won't deny that. I just never been diagnosed. I mean, I think it does a very good job of handling that. Yeah, and treating Ben Affleck's character in a way where it allows you to laugh at the funny bits, but also you feel and understand what he's going through, and then also, you know, what, like the frustration that Braxton has with him. Yeah. You know, John Bernthal's character, and the chemistry those two have, and how they work together, is what makes it all work. Because you know, he just wants his brother to treat him like a human being, right? Yes. He just can't get past this thing of like, why can't you just be fucking normal, like, you know, kind of thing. And you know, Christian's just like, you know, it's not who I am, right? Like it's just this is me, you know. And they have that great scene on top of the trailer thing or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And that kind of explains a lot of their relationship. And this movie does a great job. Like this is where I think Ben Affleck gets overlooked sometimes at his and I don't even know if he wrote it, but it doesn't matter. Like it's just no, he didn't. But it's just the fact that he's got an eye for this kind of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the sequel's super good. I think you'd like it, Greg.
I enjoyed the first Captain. I've seen it. I have it. I like the first one.
Yeah, if you like the first one, I think you'd enjoy.
Well, John Bernthal steals the show, of course.
Oh my
that's
God,
the thing.
yeah.
I mean, he's
hell yeah.
Everything he was doing in the first movie is amplified, and the fact that they're working together makes it even better. Because like then of course he addresses the first film. It's like you have no idea how much of that shit you did fucked me. Like, you know, like you know, it's just great. And you know, he's because I think that's that same scene too. Because he's like, all I really want is an apology out of you or something like that. Basically, I'm trying to remember now because it's been like a couple, like at least maybe it's even been closer to 2 months since I've seen it. I know it's been a little while, but and I know this just came out on video this week, so
yeah,
I should be getting mine eventually here, but. That's why I was waiting to talk about it anyway, but now that we're talking about it now, so like whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, fuck Rook, maybe you should get to watching. I mean, I watched it on Prime.
Watch Rain Man, Accountant, and Accountant 2 in one night. There you go.
Oh yeah, there's your autistic trilogy.
I watched Nobody recently, so there we
nobody's go. In the similar lane, but it's like nobody's more like a John Wicky kind of movie.
Yeah, it's written by the John Wick guys.
If I'm watching an autistic movie, should I watch The Predator?
No.
Oh, because it's the third one or the fourth one or whatever. Yeah.
No.
Don't ever watch that again. In fact, if you're gonna watch, if you ever get the hanking as your doctor, as your movie doctor, if you ever get the feeling you want to watch that again, just put in Highlander 2.
I've never seen the autistic Predator one, so yeah.
Don't ever
I'm
do that.
abstained from seeing it.
You're better off torturing yourself with Highlander 2.
I haven't seen Predator either, and I own it.
Highlander 2 is the weed of movies. It's like, don't go for that heroin. Here, try this weed instead. It's safer for you.
Nice.
Is he counting 2 on Prime to watch or whatever now?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
okay. Yeah.
Prime now for a while. Yeah.
Okay. No, because I don't know if you knew this, but like, I think it was an MGM production. Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon, MGM, Warner Brothers.
Because Warner Brothers, like, I think the director explained that they passed on the sequel. So they moved it on to.
I think didn't Warner still do the theatrical part of it though?
I think it was Amazon.
Is Warner on there at all or no?
Warner is on here for the physical media distribution.
Yeah, it says okay. Yeah, U.S. international distribution. Okay, yeah. So yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. This movie, even though this didn't do as well in the box office, it did okay, but it didn't. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's an Amazon movie at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But this is kind of what I was talking about with F1 and stuff, and what this is why I think Warner Brothers is a little ahead of the game. Now, they're not doing every movie like this, but they're doing a lot of these kind of movies here and there where the streamer is doing a big part of the production and they're just handling like distribution, right?
Yeah.
Same thing kind of here, only international, it looks like here. So like, yeah, it good for them. And I wish this movie would have done better. It deserved it. But I mean, it's also like 8 years too late, probably. That's why.
Yeah, this took quite a bit. But I knew like it was weird. Like they premiered this. I don't know if you knew this, but they premiered this in South by Southwest this year before like its theatrical run. I don't know if you knew.
I vaguely remember something like that. But...
Yeah, because I one of the actors that I was directing for a project that I did for my final project went to South by Southwest, and I asked him about The Accountant 2, and he was like, yeah, I watched it at South by Southwest. I was like, oh shit. Or I think he saw it, but like I think he saw like Ben Affleck and John Bernthal in person like during like the premiere night or something.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
that's cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's fucking cool. Cause John Bernthal, like he had all of his hair shaved off for the Odyssey at the time. I remember that, and I think Matt Damon came by in support, and he was growing that like beard of his and shit. But yeah, it was like that was when they like premiered the movie in South by Southwest. And then like some like reviews came in that it was like this different tone and all that type of shit compared to the first one. And
I recommend your movie.
Yeah.
Is there more you have to say?
No. That's about it.
All right.
Count 2 is a fun movie. Go watch it.
I'm going to get us out of here, Greg.
All right, ready?
This is one I've talked about before, but it deserved an encore. I thought I would hate this movie, but I secretly love it. There's a place called Xanadu.
Xanadu.
And now, because I asked for it on this show, it's in glorious fucking 4K. All the way, baby. Olivia Newton-John, Gene Kelly, Xanadu.
Xanadu. Never seen it.
Never seen it
You
either.
need to.
Is it really?
It's so bad, it's good.
Okay. That's what I've heard.
It is okay. What the plot is, the kid from the Warriors. I'm trying to remember his name now. He's the main star.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Richard Christian Danis.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he's like this painter, and his job is he takes record albums and he paints them bigger so they can hang them outside of like the record stores and stuff like that back in the day. This came out in the end of the disco era, just in the beginning of the 80s. There was kind of this roller skating craze that was kind of an offshoot or a last vestige of the disco craze. I don't know how we want to put it. So that's part and parcel what's in this film. This movie kind of just introduced the 80s. Like, this movie is so 80s even before the 80s was a thing, because it came out in 1980. You know what I mean? Like, so it would have been shot and conceived in the late 70s. But it just, something about it feels like, okay, the 80s are here. And this movie is telling you that the 80s are here. And it is just a clusterfuck of fuckery. But so what happens is this girl shows up out of nowhere, and she keeps getting this kid's attention, and you find out, spoilers, she's a muse.
Mm.
You know, like the movie The Muse.
Or kind of like Mannequin.
Or Dogma. Yeah.
Or your Dogma, yeah.
Yeah. Similar in all those ways. It kind of has some similarities with Mannequin in that respect, but like, I don't want to spoil too much, but like, you see how everything connects together through these musical vignettes with music, you know, from ELO, performed by ELO and Olivia Newton-John, and there's a couple other groups in there too that are, you know, buried in the film. But great, like the reason the movie lived on is because A, it's batshit craziness, visual style, and the music. The music was the big thing because it had the big song Magic from Olivia Newton-John, of course, the title song, and Around the World from ELO. I mean, the music's great. I mean, if you just watch it as kind of like this wacky kind of time capsule of 1980 and the music of the time, it kind of works as just kind of like a long run music video. But then you got the Gene Kelly aspect of it, where he knew her when he was younger, and they clearly had something going on, and it didn't work out because she's a muse. And that's kind of leading into the whole plot of this movie. Anyway, these two guys meet as well, and they have like a budding relationship where they want to open this club together. And that's kind of what the story's about. And it just kind of all revolves around that and the songs and these big set pieces. And like, there's so many special effects in this movie, dude, that I'm surprised the 4K looks as good as it does. Because you got it, like 80% of this movie is like optical and, you know, some kind of processed footage of some type. I mean, just throughout the film. But I mean, you can tell when it's jumping between, but I'm still impressed with how well it looks. But I mean, I kind of knew it would look pretty good. It's almost like an animated film. And of course, there's an animated sequence by Don Bluth as well. So like you get all sorts of fun shit in this movie. I mean, it's a movie that girls will love. Like if you got a little girl, she'll probably dig this movie. I mean, but it has enough in it that I think guys won't be too embarrassed watching it, like especially with some of the music and some of the characters. I mean, it's not like overtly gay or not nearly as gay as Can't Stop the Music. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it has a big gay following, but it's not that gay. It's gay, but not that gay.
It's not that gay, man. Don't worry about it.
Plenty of straightness in you.
I mean, Olivia.
And one of the coolest scenes is where they do this whole bit where the 1940s and the 1980s cross over musically through the dances and the stuff. It's like if you're somebody who enjoys musicals, especially more modern stuff of the 80s, that's not old school musicals like Sound of Music, but kind of the more modernized musical rock operas, you'll enjoy it. It'd go well with like a Rocky Horror or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not nearly that bad though. I mean, it's obviously PG rated, but yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Rocky Horror's coming out soon on a 4K
it is.
steelbook and everything. So
shiver with anticipation.
I wish I could talk to you about Xanadu, but I've never seen it.
Xanadu, and I don't know why it got an Atari game. I cannot figure out to this day what the fuck do you even do in the game.
I was gonna say,
yeah, what do you do? I've never played it, so I've never.
I don't know.
Xanadu. That's why I know that. That's all I know. That. I've heard this song. I've heard the music. I've just never seen the movie.
Yeah, you got that, and of course you got Magic, and around
the world.
Not that one, but it's a different one.
I was singing. I don't know why I was singing that one.
Everybody all around the world. If you knew this, you heard the song, you'd know it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
all over the world is the name of it. That's where I'm singing it wrong.
Yeah.
Actually, it had a few more top Billboard songs than that. It had 5 top 20 singles. Actually, Magic, which of course hit number 1. Xanadu, which hit number 8. All Over the World, the one we were just talking about, hit 13. I'm Alive by Yellow as well, hit 16. Suddenly by Olivia Newton-John featuring Cliff Richard, hit 20. So there you go.
Nice. I think that's what I remember the most about is mostly the soundtrack.
Oh, that's why I think kept it alive the most. Yes.
I've never really seen the movie, but I've heard most of the songs from the soundtrack.
I mean, there was a time where I remember you couldn't. I swear it was like a really hard movie to find on video because I'm trying to remember the first time I saw it. And it may have been when I brought the Blu-ray on here, but I thought I saw it before that. Maybe not. But like it was not an easy movie to find. I know that. And I mean, I don't even think it would be on TV all that often. But it bombed, I think, when it came out. Yeah. Yeah, it only made it did a respectable 23 million, but the sad part was it cost 20 million to make.
With all the special effects and everything. It's like, yeah, we're not even going to play that on TV, man. That just nah. All right, well, if you got anything else anybody wants to say about Xanadu or anything else, let me know.
And Michael Beck is the character, the actor that is the third, or the other guy, the younger guy.
Yeah,
from Thank You. Yes.
Yeah.
The list they got in the thing here is way off, so whatever. But it's got some cute moments in it. It's got some fun moments in it. It's got an actual story in it, believe it or not. Because at first you're just like, is this movie going to have a real story or?
Is there a sequel called Xanadu?
No.
Yeah.
But Xanadu, don't wait to pick this 4K up.
There you go. From Kino Lorber, right?
Yes, that's the most clever thing Rookie will say in a while. Just so you know.
Rookie say something clever. Psh.
It's like a broken clock.
Yeah.
I spread them out so it's not all bombarded at once.
That's
we
what
got to give this kid some credit, All right, well, I'm done. We're done.
All right.
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours, and I got to be up in like 6 a.m. So
I'm gonna be up at least 8:30.
And I think there's a couple additional things from the old Blu-ray on here, but nothing extremely of note. But there is a commentary
There, by who? By
Whoa.
Director,
commentary?
moderated by filmmaker Douglas Hasdale, with the director Robert Greenwood, and 3 commentaries by Jennifer Clement, Nathan Thompson, David Delville, Christian, Charles, and Sam, whoever these fucking people are. A sizzle reel, and then the documentary from the old Blu-ray, and then TV spots. 14 minutes of fucking radio spots. I don't even know which one. I think I have a couple for Beat Radio, but hell, I got a lot more now.
What's a sizzle reel?
A sizzle reel is just like a collection of scenes. It's kind of like an elongated trailer that they usually would show at like the thing that Runner was talking about. Sometimes they show those kind of things at like South by Southwest, or they'll show them at Show West.
Yeah,
which would be the Vegas Theater Association exhibition deal or whatever. But yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you everybody out in the chat. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Runner. Thank you, Rook. Thank you everybody watching on YouTube and on X and everybody out there. I appreciate you guys. As always, like, share, and subscribe to everybody that's got the channel. My hair's crazy. So make sure you do all that. And as always, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
How you doing? Bitches leave.
Weird.